Right. Anyway, so where we left off last time, you were in the Kern. You were took a turning, went into the mining area. You found yourself trapped. You, Sergeant Lance, managed to make contact with an individual. You guys are in one of these container truck things on railroads that they used to haul the ore. You're heading back with, I think it's Negan and Sergeant Lance pushing it because you guys had the greatest strength. Your guy, Glenn, that you made up your medic, I think, at the front, and everyone else is in there, and you're facing the oncoming horde of whatever. At least 24, I believe.
They're goblins.
Yes, that's it.
No, they're firing targets. Now.
Yeah, it's target practice time. Okay, so that's where we're going to get into from there. And yep, you ascertain that this individual was a female, young female.
With a giant beard.
It's just the furs and shit. But anyway,
So talking about the face.
I just needed a from Negan and
Obviously not competent to use a computer tonight. Okay.
Negan and Sergeant Lance to give me a strength-based check, please. Just 2d6. I just want to know how far under your strength you get it. So it's just an under roll.
Under roll. I think I get like 2 points under. I think I have a pretty high strength.
Negan, what about you?
Okay, sorry, computer's frozen here for some reason.
You're getting lots of rolls.
Oh, okay. Looks like they're the same though, which is right at my strength. 9.
Okay. So
yeah, I wrote twice in the same one.
That's alright. That's cool. Okay, so you guys definitely get the thing running. So basically, you've got the doctor. I'm not sure who you took, Sid.
I took Eric's character.
Okay, you got him. Okay, so you got Devin. Pierre, you had someone?
Major Steger, the medic.
The medic. Okay. And of course, David, you've got Samuel in there as well, and the girls in there. So, you guys turn the corner, and in the dim light, you can see approximately a decent-sized group moving towards you. Not at a run, but at a fast trot, I would say. I'm just going to see what their reaction is to you guys. Okay, well, they seem to have accepted the challenge, and
fire at will, boys.
Are coming at you with various weapons raised. Of course, them not knowing what's about to happen.
Let me ask a couple of questions tactically here.
Yeah.
We had like a big, I would say hill, but I'm not sure what you would call it. It was a big mound that we had to scrabble up. A big mound.
Yeah, that's way in the front. You're nowhere near there yet.
That's right. Behind them.
Yeah, that's my point.
Yep.
And so when they start to retreat, they're going to be fucked.
Pretty much.
Well, we need to shoot all of them first.
Yeah, I guess my point is we need to kill them all.
Whoa, okay.
No one needs to be left alive if we're going to get out of here. Otherwise, they're going to try to ambush us. We're trying to get the fuck out, and we don't have time to waste because we're running short on air.
Yes, this is
so
true.
We just need to slaughter.
We need
to. It's like it's like genocide and all that sort of stuff, but it has to be done. So we're gonna.
Yeah. It's us or them, basically.
Yeah.
And we've decided it's them. Yep.
Goblins anyway, and
I just love that. The goblins anyway. Okay, rightio. So you
okay,
are
troglodytes. Oh, whatever.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
they are whatever they are. I've forgotten how much a
Neanderthals.
range. Yeah, a range band is. I can't remember, but it won't really matter because you will be encountering them at medium range, just so you've got a range for your weapons.
Oh,
I'm not
can't I
going to
fire
worry.
it far?
Sorry.
Can't I fire it far?
Can you fire at what? Sorry.
Can't we fire from far away?
Yes,
Or
so
whatever.
this is when you encounter them. That's all. You turn the corner and they're medium distance away.
Alright, alright.
Yeah. So I mean, it's going to take them 2 rounds anyway to get super close to you anyway. But so
they're wearing no armor.
No armor. We'll roll for surprise first. Because they may not be expecting it. I doubt it. So
is that tactical and or leadership?
Better leader skill, tactical skill. If any member has military experience,
I think Devin
has leader 1.
Dane's got leader or tactical, maybe both.
Yeah,
No,
I
he's
can't
only got
read
leader.
Samuels.
You can't.
No, I can just see his bio and info. I don't see his character sheet.
That's weird. Sorry, I thought I'd given you that.
You can email it in if you.
No, I've got the whole control. There you go. You should see it now. The character sheet.
Still says bio. Let me.
Can you see character sheet?
Did he write it in, Steve?
No, he might not have written it in.
He has. Hang on. Okay. There's this as well. Sorry.
Yeah, all I see is bio and info. Oh, there it is. I see it.
Yep.
I see
good. Okay. No, I just forgot to add permissions on one of the fields. Sorry.
Yeah, he's a Navy.
Yep. So Dane has got tactics 1 and he's military. So that gives him a +2. He's your best person for the role. Who's playing Dane?
I am.
Cool. Give me a 1d6. They got a 5. You got a 1. That takes you to a 3 and takes them to a 4. No surprise. How's that? Okay, so they've only got close
spares and
close short range. Not even spares. It's all hand weapons sort of stuff.
So throwing rocks.
If they get that far, yeah. After the first round of shoots, I don't know if there's going to be much left to throw, but we'll see anyway. Okay, so
the bullets from their bodies.
Auto rifles.
I got a assault rifle, an advanced combat rifle, with HE ammo.
Okay, is that one from the mercenary book?
That's what I'm looking through.
Sweet, no, that's all cool.
Assault rifle, wouldn't that just have the regular? It just has the burst.
Assault rifle, no, it's cool. We'll get it. I've got to go there anyway. Because, I mean, that's the whole point of everything.
It's just the ACR is the one with that fires the.
Yep, assault rifle. Okay, assault rifle.
Advanced combat rifle. I've got an ACR.
Yeah, ACR. Yeah, that one has the the high explosive and then the DS.
Okay, so the assault rifle. So advanced combat rifle. What sort of ammo have you got in there? Do you know?
I've got high explosives.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, they're more like I don't know. They're not really a grenade. They're kind of like just a small little rocket.
Yeah, they're sort of like a charge. They're set to explode a small area. It's like a
it's more of a hit bang.
Yeah, hit like a wall and make a hole sort of thing. Yeah, but I think your ACRs also have grenade rounds. Ram grenade.
I think you can put a grenade on them.
Yeah, RAM grenade launcher.
Yep, a RAM
free
grenade.
clip.
Yep, and is it HE flechette or HEAP?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
What sort of round is it? Is it an HE, high explosive, a flechette, or a high explosive armor piercing?
I cannot see.
Okay.
10 spare HE clip.
HE, okay. Yeah, that would
10 DS clip. Yeah.
Yep, HE. So we'll say you got an HE, and I believe. Okay.
But I don't want to fire that because that'll bring a cave in on us.
Okay. Fair enough. So you're going to be shooting. Okay.
Yeah.
Who just go? There's no initiative, so away you go, Sid. You're talking first. So you're just firing off your ACR. So your ACR on high explosive at medium range is a.
And he has a rank of 1 on a rank of 1 on the skill on assault rifle.
So
That's
I'm
a hit.
really that's cool. I'm really not sure why they have 2 numbers there, but anyway, they like have a plus.
Is it for one round and burst, or 1 round and auto fire, or something like that?
That would be it. So yeah. So are you
I
doing?
got the table.
Yep. Are you do auto fires when you get to hit 3 targets? Hey.
Auto fire then. So I'm taking a -1 as well.
Well, according to this, you get a +4 to hit because of the auto fire.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So so how many shots do I get? 4.
3 shots.
3. All right. 3 more.
The guy in the middle, 1 each side.
Oh.
That's a miss. The second one. Okay, so you got 2 of them, and the damage on those puppies is 40. Okay, okay. Right, 2 of them just drop. Okay, who's up next? We'll just do this real quick because I just run into
I'll go.
Okay. So that's not Teddy A, it's somebody else.
No, it's Teddy.
He's pushing the cart.
Oh, I thought we had stopped, so we didn't get any closer.
No, you push. Once you start, you start. That's it. You're building up inertia.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah,
all
sorry.
right. Never mind.
Yeah, sorry. So who's next?
Is me and Samuel there?
Samuel's in there. Where you go? He's got.
Okay, yeah, he'll shoot his laser rifle.
Okay, so he just gets 1 shot. Is that right?
Yeah. So it'll be he has +2 because of his dex, and then he has +1 because of his skill.
Well, don't forget also they don't have any armor and they're at medium range. So look at that.
+3 for the armor, and +2 for the medium. I think a double 1 is the only thing that's going to make you miss.
Yeah, and he got a 9. So
Fine. Okay. Damage.
so 9 + 2 is 11. So
yeah, 5D. He'll be cutting someone in half. 5d6 damage.
oh, damage. So it's well, I think he is it 4 or 5? I forget.
5.
5d6.
He has a full laser rifle. So.
Yeah. Okay, basically over a certain threshold, I'm just dropping these guys. So you've seen 2 drop from the gunfire and 1 from the laser. Anyone else in the wheelie thing that can fire?
Let's see. I guess is Negan in there, or is he out?
He's pushing. He's pushing the thing, moving it. Because
So
you're gonna.
Pierre.
Dane is free. Yeah, Major Dane Steger has an assault rifle.
Okay, so on automatic.
Will Weaver isn't there.
Yeah.
So let's see.
Are you doing automatic?
Yeah, I think I will. They got up to close range, didn't they?
No, they're at medium at the moment. This is when you count.
Medium, still
+2,
medium. Okay.
Yeah, that might be ideal for automatic.
+4, you got a +6. Three hits. +6.
3 hits at +6.
Yep, plus anything for
Okay.
skill and dex. So I think a double 1 is the only thing he's going to miss on.
Okay, I'm gonna do inline rolls. Let's see. Whoops. Screwed up the colon.
I know it's going to be pretty much of a bloodbath, but I just want to see a little bit about how it goes first.
Yeah, but those are fun.
Because remember, they're only goblins.
Hey, they're respected members of the humanoid race, embrace and all that stuff.
Hey, but don't goblins breathe?
They do.
Okay.
Don't they have a heart?
They do. But they just don't have a soul.
Three hits. Is it 46?
Yep. Sorry, assault rifle is 3D.
3d6 for each shot.
Yep. Okay. So let's see, 3d6.
Big numbers. Because we've got 3 down. Okay.
13, 13, and 7.
Yep. So you've got 5 down. One of them sort of.
Oops. Actually, the last one was just 2d6. I'm sorry.
Okay. Add another d6.
Why did I do that?
So cool. Okay, that's 12. Cool. Okay, so is that a total roll or is that just 1d?
No, the 5 is the total roll, so it's a suck damage roll. Sucky.
Very.
Was 3d6.
Okay, so 5
so
down.
Pierre, if you'll look on the character sheet, if you'll go to the attributes and abilities, I've got the rolls set up.
Yeah, I got that. So he figured it out from the stats anyway. +2 medium, and +2 whatever their armor is.
Yep.
+2 my dex. So the skill rolls, and then the next row is the damage. But it's really 13, 13, 5 net damage. So have I blown up some skulls or not?
2 drop. So you got 5 people drop, and one of them sort of limping. Not sure what the hell's happened. But you haven't got a reaction yet, so we go down with everyone charging towards each other, and basically the next thing goes at short range, because the next one's going to be at impact range when the I need the 2 pushing people please to give me another strength roll. I just want to see how much speed you built up.
There, under my strength.
7. How much by matey?
By a lot. He's got like 11.
Yeah, I've got a 10 strength, so
3,
by 3.
3, okay, and Negan? So we've got 5 so far. On the dot.
Same thing.
Okay. Yeah, moving, but okay. Rightio, so 5. Cool. Okay, gun shooters, they still can't do shit all. It really hasn't stopped their advance, and you're starting to, you can feel the speed build up. This is going to be pleasurable when you 2 impact, when the people in the trolley impact on them. Fire away at will.
Alright, full auto.
Yep.
So
It's a hit.
I think that hits.
Yep, that's 1. That might hit though.
He's got a +1 skill. I can't make fucking heads and tails of this table.
Yeah, +1 for the short distance, and +5 for them wearing nothing. He's hit.
yeah, 7 hits right after bonuses.
8.
Or wait a minute, I had the +3 for the range, right?
Different range now. We're at short range. Yep. Okay. To Sid, damage please. 40 on each one of those.
11.
Down.
17.
Oh God! You cut one.
And 16.
Okay, you cut one in half. Okay, we're now at.
Well,
8
someone
of
else.
them down. Yep, 8 of them down.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, who's up next? Anyone? Samuel. Shoot with your laser.
I think I rolled a 7 up there,
Oh.
so I think he missed.
7
You
with
can't-
the laser.
you can't
No.
miss.
He can't miss.
No.
You can't-
He gets a
you can't
+3
miss.
on armor and a +2 at range. At the range.
So +2 range would be a 9, so that would hit then.
Cool.
So okay.
5D.
You literally can't miss.
No. Well, 2D1s can always, double ones can always.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 9 down. Okay, we're back to Pierre, your guy. So the new.
Okay, how many bullets did I expend the last
3.
time? 3?
Well, yeah, whatever it says in the rules. I'm not quite sure if it's 3 or not.
Yeah, 3 seems kind of small considering it's a burst.
Yeah, they
Not
usually
rifle
say it's like
bursts.
4 bullet per shot or something. I'm trying to look
Yeah.
up The ACR.
Well, you'll definitely have enough for at least 2 or 3 bursts. That would be
This
silly
is
not
books.
to have.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's
Okay,
fine.
so Simon's +1, +4, +5, plus anything else. So +5 plus your skill and dex.
Okay. So plus. I figure it's only +1 in range, +2 because of their type of armor, and +2 for my net dex. So do I get 2d6 +5?
It's +1 for range, +4 because you're on automatic fire.
It's on the. Can you look at the character sheet?
Yeah, I can. Okay.
Sheet, if you scroll down the character sheet, you'll see
okay,
assault rifle. So there's skill 1
I see
+2 for attribute, and then none if you're firing.
Oh, they're not armored.
Auto,
okay, so
it's +4.
Okay, 1/4 plus my
close
dex bonus.
-4.
Yeah, okay. +1 range, +4 for no armor in my burst, and +2 dex. I'd be +7 this time.
Okay.
As far as I can tell.
And the only things that are going to make
Call
you
it auto
possibly
fire.
miss is double ones.
Okay, so first roll. Whoops, and I did not scroll it. Okay, and then some more. Like that.
Like that. Nicely done. 3d6.
So see,
which one?
He's got 5 30-round clips. So.
I see. Is it 5 bursts? Is it? Oh, and he's got 5 30-round clips. I see what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
I start with 30
30
bullets, 30 rounds in the beginning.
Yeah.
So do I have to?
We'll worry about that if this goes much further. I don't think it is, by the way you guys are doing things, if you just give me damage. Because you've already got 9 of them down.
I'm pretty sure I'll have to reload next round. Let's just say that to be simple.
Yeah.
No, because it's not full auto. It's burst fire.
Yeah. Okay, that's 10
damages.
Down.
There we go.
Radio and 2 knockdown. Okay, 10 down. Okay, give me a second. Oh.
So I'm going to say reloading.
No, you don't have to reload. You're firing burst fire. You're not firing the whole clip.
Okay.
It's a 30-round clip.
Yeah, but burst is how many?
Yeah, that's what the question is.
A burst is 3 to 5 rounds.
So you should have about at least six.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
When you burst fire, it's always it depends on the weapon, but typically it's 3 to 5 rounds.
Yeah.
It's burst fire.
Yeah, I think I'm out because they've got 20 in this clip.
Well, you've only fired twice.
Yep. So you got 2 more to go, matey.
Okay. So all the shots count.
Yeah.
As one. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So
yeah, pretty much.
The next round is going to be, we're going to do the impact first, but I just need the strength rolls first, please. Come on, Negan.
All right. Yay, got one. Good one.
That's 10. That's 12.
So I'm one below.
Okay.
And I'm 5 below.
Ugh. Yeah. It needs to be more than that.
Yeah, this many rounds I'll start turning into endurance checks.
Yeah. Okay, rightio. You won't have to. Basically, okay. Rightio. Glenn, if I can get you to give me a 2d6 roll, please. This is a to hit roll, so you really want. So it's a melee. It's an impact roll.
So just straight up 2d6.
2d6 plus, I'm guessing, strength bonus if you've got one.
All right, I've got a 10 strength, so is
Plus
that
one. Yep.
+1?
Yep. Oh.
About a 13.
Okay, don't need to worry then, do I? Okay, rightio. Basically, you plow through these guys, you with the gunfire. Okay, the guys with the guns are moving to the back of the trolley to protect you guys as you two push forward, because you've taken out almost everybody else. That you are walking in gore. You've taken out 15 others with the bloody plowing through them.
Yeah, blood and
bits of body,
crushed
people on
limbs.
the ground, knocked over, all that sort of stuff. So you guys in the gunfire are sort of, I'm not going to worry about doing it because we've passed that dramatic moment, but you've switched back to single fire and you're just taking out the individual people that look like they might be able to get up and do something. Yeah.
Yeah, if I had 1 or 2 bullets left, that would make sense. So then I have to reload.
Okay, so you guys are doing that. Pang, pang, pang. Okay, you're coming up to the, so you've picked up a good amount of, so the two of you could sort of jump on the back for a while as it goes forward, and then you're going to have to try to slow this thing down. So now I'm going to ask you to try to slow the trolley down. So strength checks again.
Does it?
1 blow.
Does it not have a braking mechanism?
You can ask them to look for it while you're trying to slow it down. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I'll ask them to look for it because it's.
Yep.
I mean,
I don't know. These
rail
container
car.
cars. These container cars might be meant to be connected. There might be no brake on this one.
Yep. Well, okay.
Maybe we can
guys
always take a
inside, have a look.
Flintstone.
Okay. Yep.
Yep. You guys have a look. So give me some rolls and give me a nice low roll there, Glenn. For your
I rolled an 8.
You got 1. Oh crap. Okay. Now it's got away on you. Okay. That's okay. It's you're not quite there yet. You might make it. Okay, Tacoma. Okay, you find something that looks. You don't know what the hell it is because you're not familiar with it. Not Tacoma, sorry. Whoever you're playing. So
Devon,
you're just going to try to wiggle, stand on it, twist it, whatever, to see if it does anything. And sorry, was it the right thing? No, it wasn't the right thing. Okay.
No, we went even more faster. It was rockets.
No, you haven't. It just hasn't done what you want it to do. Anyone else inside the trolley want to look?
The brakes. Now it's so much easier to move it.
So
we could just abandon ship and let it smash right into the thing.
You could. So you want to risk jumping out and... That's okay, because you are going at a fair way.
Well, that's going to be next turn.
Okay.
We haven't gotten to the bridge, have we?
You're getting close though. Okay.
Yeah.
Rightio. So we'll go to next turn. I need the 2 with the strength to try to slow it down, which will be helpful to those jumping out. That's another. Oh, that's good. 4 and 2 off. That's 6, 7. Okay, rightio. You are significantly slower. So everyone who's jumping off needs to give me a straight dexterity jump save. At a -1, plus any high dexterity bonuses to help you.
Well, are we about to whack into this thing? How far away?
Next round you're going to be smashing into it.
Alright, let's jump.
Alright, so first, what's the bonuses for, like, I think he has a 14.
Okay, 14, he gets a +2. Okay, so Devon, didn't quite get there. He did. Okay, the medic guy, whoever you're playing, Pierre.
Dane Steger.
Yeah.
What's his dex is 10. Would that give him
+1.
a bonus?
+1.
Oh, okay. Yeah. +1.
So it's just a straight roll because we're on a minus.
Ew. Not quite.
Not quite. And not quite. Okay, rightio, they're not quite. So you take a point of damage to your endurance. Anyone miss big time? Devon did. So Devon takes, lucky Devon, 1 point of damage to his endurance. So everyone took a point of damage who jumped out to your endurance. Okay, Glenn, can you please give me a 3d6 damage roll as this thing plows into the rubble?
Did the girl not jump out?
She did. I did for her. She missed just. So she took the point of damage. 6. Okay, well, it does punches in a little bit. Comes to a screeching halt. Tips over a little bit. The only sound you get, apart from that sort of sound, you can hear some wailing behind you of those who are left unfinished but unable to engage you guys. Yeah, now you can climb as quick as you can up.
Alright.
Yeah, so you make your dash up the rubble, passing through the top. As you come over the top, you've got 2 guys, so we're going to roll for surprise. I take it Dane with his tactics would be the first person through, just because that would be making sense. So can Dane give me a surprise roll, please, just to see if he is surprised or not. He gets a +2. I get a minus. Oh god. You have surprise. Dane, you and whoever follows you gets the first shot off, so I'm assuming it would be possibly Dane and whoever you're playing, Sid.
Devon, let's rock and roll. Is this, where are these people? Over the mound or?
They're over the mound, down the bottom. They seem to
Alright.
be rear guard, so...
Alright, I got a full clip because I reloaded, hopefully.
Yep.
Did I have a chance to reload with all this action?
If you want to. I'm not saying-
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, unconsciously.
Alright, full auto. Just shoot. How many are there?
Just 2. So you got a good
Just
chance.
just
Yep.
2.
Yep.
Oh, then freaking single fire. Then.
Single, of course, single shot. Yeah.
Okay, rightio. So you're at medium distance. So that means a -1 for you, Pierre. +2, so a +1 all up. And for you, Sid, that's a +1 and a +3, a +4 for you. Plus anything. That's the range and armor.
Yeah, and I got a +1 skill.
Cool. Any deck stuff.
No dex thing. So I rolled a 4.
+4, 8 is a hit.
Alright.
Dane hits.
I got 446.
So now just the damage, guys.
I could be totally screwing up the numbers. I think I hit.
Yeah. Okay, Devon. Yeah, your guy goes down. He does one of those graceful like pirouettes as the blood sort of goes splatters against the wall. Okay. Dane, always the artist. Okay, the guy isn't down, but he's definitely shaken. You're coming down the rubble. We roll for surprise again. So away you go. I mean, this is how it goes. If you get 3 or more, you've got it. I don't think you're going to beat a 5, but you never know. So Pierre, 1d6 plus your bonuses.
I did, yeah.
He got a 3.
3. Okay, no surprise. So you're starting to slide down the rubble. What are you doing?
Is that guy still alive?
Yeah, he's standing.
Fire!
Okay. Okay, where you go, Devon? Bloodthirsty Devon, where you go? Damage. Oh, he's down. Okay, so both of the bodies are sort of on the ground. The okay. You start making for the your exit point, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, you start making for the exit point. As you get to the first intersection, the girl just breaks free and runs away down the corridor, down not towards the exit but down deeper into the complex.
Okay, well, that solves one problem, because now we don't have to worry about how we're going to get her to the pinnace.
Okay.
Breathe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, watch out what you said. You know, I want to show you my penis. Watch how you pronounce that.
Yeah,
Maybe that's
do
what
you want
spooked
to
her.
come up to my room and I'll show you my penis? Right.
Yeah,
what I should
I thought it
say.
was called a gig, but if you want to call it your penis, then alright.
That's the one.
Is it a gig or
It's a
penis?
gig.
I thought it was.
It's a gig.
I thought it was a penis.
Yeah, no, it's a gig.
Hey, I'm not the one
Just
with
be-
the dirty mind here. You guys are the one.
That's right.
You're all in the military. You've not been with ladies for a while, or whatever it is your particular fancy is, and
Well,
it's
yeah,
totally understandable.
I thought I was being relatively polite all this time. You know, in the military sort of way.
Exactly. But
But you know,
Navy
we're
for you.
rusty.
Yeah. Okay, guys. There's going to be no other encounter. You're going to get out, and you're going to get to the gig in time, just barely.
Hard ass.
You know, you got around about 5 minutes left in your oxygen tanks by the time you're sort of cycling through in the life in the oh, for God's sake. That part, the interface between outside and inside.
Airlock,
Airlock, thank you.
Yeah,
I can think it was fucking life support.
airlock, umbilical,
The
whatever.
front door.
The front door, yeah, the door. The window, you're climbing in through the bloody window.
Got hypoxia
anyway.
for real there.
Just smash your way through the
Yes,
cockpit.
that's the one. Okay, and you know you're cycling through. Radio, you're ready to go wherever you want to go.
Okay. Well, I had a plan for rescuing the girl, but
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go chase. I'm not gonna go chasing after her. So,
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I guess we just write a report and call it a day and get the hell out of here.
Right. So population of Nakern 1, probably
Yeah.
now,
Maybe.
maybe.
Yeah, we're gonna write it out, you know, pretty sarcastically. Sentience, ha 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 ha, sentience.
Okay. Radio. So I think it's Samuel who pilots the gig back up to the ship.
Samuel.
Oh, sorry.
Samuel,
So yeah, I think he has a.
piloting role, please. Just to make sure everything goes nice and smoothly.
All right, so I think he has a pilot of 1.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's got shipboat, doesn't he?
Shipboat. Yeah. Shipboat.
Oh yeah, shipboat. Sorry.
That's cool. You're up on board the Credence.
Yeah, decontamination now, guys.
Yeah. You start filing your report. Not a hell of a lot for your efforts. I don't think you've managed to gain any tech or any real data apart from what you experienced.
We got a flag.
A flag.
I think
We stole
Negan
the
grabs
flag.
some ears from the people y'all shot.
Oh,
Really?
God.
You know, there are sorts of contamination protocol, yada yada
Yeah,
yada.
they're gonna get burnt.
Even if they're next to my skin.
And remember, it's a full decontamination.
Yep.
You're not hiding it.
Okay, so is this where Tacoma orders the
Is-
body
is
cavity
this-
search by the robots?
No, it's-
Yeah.
Is this kind of like that whole Star Trek thing where we're like spreading that goo on each other? Is that?
It's
I'm
more.
not sure I want to be there for that.
It's more of a you take your clothes off and then get sprayed by like a fire hose thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, our suits have to be sprayed first, and it's all a big elaborate production.
They'll get clean, but so do you.
Mhm.
So open wide.
Well,
Bend over and smile. Okay. Rightio. You're clean. Squeaky. Rightio. So you're back on board. You're in orbit around the little rock. What's your next plan of action? Oh, did you do a... Sorry, but did Tacoma... I'm pretty sure he did at the start. He did a survey roll, didn't he?
I don't remember. I think so.
I think we did a survey of the planet. Yeah, we kind of did a flyover before we landed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Weren't there's nasty sensors and things in high orbit?
Yeah.
Oh, the mines.
Mine sort of field
Mines
of
and things?
probable mine things that you're going to have to go through, possibly, unless you've got another vector.
Well, we
So-
blew a hole. We blew a hole through the minefield.
Yeah. So you've got enough fuel in your tanks for 2 1 jumps or 1 2 jump.
Can't we go back up the minefield and
You can get to
refuel?
the gas if you want to.
Yeah,
it's all
let's
fine.
do that.
Okay, I'm going to need a census roll, please, and I know Samuel's on backup on this. So sensor roll.
Will Weaver is back
roll.
as.
Yep.
Will Weaver's back on board, or I guess has always been on board, if I remember.
Yep.
And so.
Just roll the die.
Sensor.
Okay.
Oops, I'm rolling it. Well, that's Weaver's stats, not Dane.
Yep, that's okay.
Damn.
So
Bad.
again, you're finding some dark spots, and you have no idea whether that you can verify that or not. They might very well be dark spots. They might very well be dead spots. They might very well be hidden
Are we
spots.
going to get Samuel to
Okay.
back him up?
Rightio.
Are we?
Yep. He can do he's a second person. So away you go, David.
Okay.
Not sure. I think his is a 1. Okay, rightio. Lance is in his turret warming up the missiles. Should he need them?
Yeah, every uncertain gray spot I get is a vicious, broadsword.
That's right. I think he's only got a +1, David.
Okay.
Nice. Okay, he can verify. He feels he's got a better feel for it, and that he will sort of relay that information to you. So, with that information, do you want to make a piloting roll, please, Tacoma?
All right.
Okay, with
Easy.
Yep.
+3.
Yep. Cool. So you managed to get past whatever that is. You're assuming it's some sort of minefield. You're not sure why it's there and why it's on such a weird axis. Axis, sorry, not axis, axis.
Axis, yep.
Yep. But anyway, there you go. So you make it out to the gas giant with no issue.
Yep. How are we doing on life support?
Life support, if you remember, you had something like 18 weeks since you were with Goober, so that would be down 2 weeks each. So you're down 16 weeks each.
Alright, cool. Wait, yeah,
And this is before you jump, so this will include all your in-system and all that
yeah,
stuff.
we'll have 14 by the time we get to our next.
Yeah, roundabout, yeah. So, yes, you have coal berths.
Just not enough. I think we're 1.
6. I think you've only got 6 emergency coal berths. There's 3 on the gig, and oh yeah, sorry, no, you're right. 3 on the gig and 6 on the ship.
Alright, so we refuel.
There is no issue. Will, you want to give me another sensor sweep just on your way to where you're heading to head off?
Yeah, okay, I'm just getting some trouble because I can't hit the save button. Oh, I can. Okay, here we go. Sensors.
I'm sure you would, Negan.
In my dreams.
This time it's better.
Yeah.
No, it'll be one of those dramatic things, the company wants me to live, so I'll push you out, and then I wake up to see your drying bones.
You're forgetting, Captain goes down with the ship.
There you go, man. There you go. Either that or he ejects everyone and then he's got the shit. Yeah.
Then he's fucked.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Musical births. Yeah, I can't wait for the big scene where we have to play musical births
Yeah.
with just the weapons we have in our casual, shipboard suits.
Yep.
well, anyway, do we want to talk about what's next?
Where do you want to head?
Yeah. Now are we in Norkuri? Is that what it is?
It's actually
No,
got
it's
the end
Norkun.
cut off. Yeah, Norkun. The end's cut off. Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah,
Norkun.
there's a
Okay.
bit-
That
Yeah,
eye
there's a
looks like an
knockout.
N.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just where I've overlapped the things. Subject.
So if I recollect, I think our plan was to go to Jo'un,
Yeah, this big cluster up here
then-
you're thinking about.
Yeah.
and then I thought we were going to try to hit the big places.
Yeah.
We could go
Now-
to Jo'un and He'un and then
Well-
Zaxos or something, and then Kalan
Well,
and
th-
Duran
th-
and the
all-
Front.
All those trading lines seems to hit Kaloon. Or
Yeah.
Kalon.
Kellen?
Yep.
Do you just
Kaloon,
want to go
Kalon?
there? Do you just want to go? Should we just go straight there, or do you want to hit? Or do you think maybe we should hit one of these smaller places?
Well, Iron is on the way, so I don't know.
Is that Iun? Not Jo'un. Iun. Okay, yeah.
Well, I think we should give Ion a miss and either hit one of the places with the naval bases. 'Cause that's what the little
Hey,
star
man.
thing is, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Who's driving?
I am.
All right, there you go.
Did you want some of the previous known stats, or have you got them?
No, I don't have them. Yeah, let's.
Okay, right. So Ioun, the first one, was previously a B-star port. Well, this is what it was 120 odd years ago. B-star port, size 2, atmosphere 2, hydrographics 3, population 7, which puts it at around about 80 million. They had a government of 8, a law level 8, and a tech level of B. They had a scout base present and a gas giant. Kalon is the next one you're interested in. Starbase of C. Size 7 planet, 6 atmosphere, 8 hydrographics, 3 population, close to about 6,000. A government of a 2, a law level of 4, and a tech level of 5.
What's 2? That's government 2. That's
2 is participating democracy.
no. Fuck that.
Yep. Any other places that you're human?
0203.
0203 Jenna. Okay, Jenna. So Starport C. I'll just size 6 planet, 3 atmosphere, 1 hydrographics, 6 population, a self-perpetuating oligarchy, and 4 law level, and a 9 tech level that was supposed to have a navy, scout, and gas giant. Population around about 6 million.
Alright, I'm crossing off Kaloon because I don't think we'll find much there.
Yep.
What about 0201?
0201 Zenzos. Okay. E Starport, size 6.
No, we're not doing that one. Not on an E.
Yep.
Not on an E starport.
Okay.
Yeah.
Might as well look at He'un. Or 102.
Human X. Human 10. Yep. E Starport.
No.
Okay.
Uh,
What about
0304.
Sorry, I missed that.
0304.
0304. Fran. Okay. 0304 was C Starport. 8 size planet, 5 atmosphere, 2 hydrographics, 9 population, which was getting close to 3 billion. A, which is a charismatic dictatorship. I've lost the line again, sorry, give me a second. A 9 law level, 9 tech level, navy, scout, gas. Yeah, population coming close to 3 billion.
Yeah, I would have liked to have hit a place with a naval base, but it looks like Owen's going to be our next target.
Well, there's also Pure,
Pure,
105.
Yep, Pure. Okay, 105 pure. B starport.
What's its population?
Population was reported to be getting up to 1 million. Tech
Viable
level
target.
G, law level 5. Participating democracy. It's a desert planet though. Does have a gas giant.
Yeah.
Supposedly had a scout base. Sea environment, which is insidious.
Yeah, we don't need to go there.
Insidious might not be bad. Depends if it's insidious, corrosive, or but the left long enough exposure, it'll get into your system.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, insidious.
I still want to check out this cluster, so let's go with Ioun.
Ioun?
103.
Yep.
Yeah, if we make short hops, we can hopefully call me a dreamer, but sometimes the planet will know about the next planet over.
Yeah, well, we're trying to hit. We already know that it's probably got like either an E or a C starport.
Because it once had a B. Was reported to have a B starport 120 years ago.
Yeah, so it's most likely dropped down. Its population was in the millions, wasn't it?
Close to 80 million.
Yeah, so we're probably looking, I don't know, either tens of thousands or at least in the low millions. Population, its law level was high.
8.
So well, that's decent.
So
and its government was
a civil service bureaucracy. Government by agencies employing individuals selected for their expertise.
Ioun it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Radio. No need for a nav roll. We've been taking care of the engines along with Sam, so there's no problem there. You are not yet up to your 1 yearly maintenance check, so it's a flat 2d6. A 13 or more is going to result in something bad. Boom. Okay, you're in jump space. Anybody doing anything? You've already had a look at Ioun. So the other thing that you might have read up on it had a classification of non-agricultural and poor at the time.
Well, that kind of sucks, but oh well.
That's bizarre with a B starport. Whatever. Okay.
You know, they could be tyrants.
Yeah. True. Okay. Well, there we go.
Okay. Righto, guys. So, nothing else happening during that week? Just want to get
just
I'm weight
the
training
ship.
and I'm weight training and helping them do maintenance with my mechanics and electronics.
It's basically training and.
Okay.
And we'll predetermine his training. I don't know what Dane is doing though. He probably noted it, or if Glenn noted it.
That's okay. Just basically keeping your skills sharp as you can on board. No one's got any special projects going. That's all sweet.
Okay. I did have the Did we do the scout thing?
On.
We picked up some special.
Oh, that's right. You are. Oh, sorry. No, someone was. Samuel, your computer guy. Samuel gets another roll.
No, that was me.
You? Oh, sorry. You get another roll.
I think I get this is from him. Oh, fuck off.
Oh, okay, no.
Are you talking about the scout database?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, not with that one, unfortunately. You're nowhere near it.
Yeah.
Can you give me another 2d6 roll, please, for that? Just in case you damaged it.
I got a +2.
Yeah, you haven't damaged it. It's just you've just got. Okay, interesting thing. You've got a level deeper, and it is encrypted with some high level encryption for some reason. Encryption.
It's gonna take me a little bit more time. Yep.
Okay. Okay. Boom. You come in now. Where are you coming in? Are you coming closer to the planet or the gas giant?
Gas giant.
Okay. Boom. You come in near one of the gas giants of Ioun. Ioun has It's a fairly plentiful system. There's 8 planets. The last 4 are gas giants. The first one is pretty much just a little melted puddle because it's really close to the sun. The other 2 are roughly in Venus orbit, and the other one is halfway between what we call Earth and Mars orbit, so it's a bit of a cooler planet, which is Ioun itself. So you come in, which gas giant are you trying to aim for? 1, 2, 3 or 4? The fourth, obviously the higher the number, the further out they are.
Yeah, we'll go the furthest away from Ioun at the moment.
Ioun, yep. So Ioun is a double star system. So the other one orbits quite a distance away, so it's not a, and it's sort of about the size of Procon.
Yeah,
which is just a little bit bigger than Earth. So it's
get on. Yeah, so get on census. Let's see if there's any ships out here.
Radio.
All right, sensors. All right.
Okay, well,
Unmodified.
You're receiving commercial band, automated. That if you have arrived in system and have not checked in with customs, you need to do so. You have a window of roughly half an hour. Otherwise, you will be treated as a pirate and be treated thusly. You're given.
All right.
Yeah. So basically, you just got to broadcast in a particular direction towards one of the little rocks that's considered a moon in this last gas giant.
All right. Let's do that.
Okay. You are given. So there's someone there who engages with you. There's actually a link. You can. It seems that this system is quite healthy. They have a system-wide net that still runs that you can buy time on if you wish, even out here. Although it's a little bit, it doesn't obviously give you the vast array of knowledge that something further in would, because you're still quite distant. Yeah. So you.
Do we know that these are? Do we know these are people or not, and not a recording?
These are people because you're talking to somebody.
All right, cool.
So the guy says, "Okay, so where'd you come from?"
Where did we? We are from the Imperium. We're doing a scouting mission of the sector.
So you get a few moments of like quiet, of course, because the guy says, "Sorry, 1 moment, please. I just got to get my superior." Hold your position.
How do you say we're from the Imperium?
Are we?
Do you say?
Yeah, you are.
How do you say?
Yeah.
Do you say it like we're from the Imperium?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you got your
No.
big shoulder armor, Warhammer 40K armor.
Scout.
Well,
We're here to scout out our new victories.
What's the official name?
The Imperium. That's enough. That's
Yeah.
That's cool.
You know what?
I guess as long as he doesn't say
Give
we're
me
here
20
to
push-ups, all of you, because you're all questioning my leadership now.
No, I was just saying. You can say it one way or the other. It just might be amusing depending on how you.
Yep. Okay, so
It's like-
after
Yeah, the Darth Vader trombone in the background.
Yeah, just. We're with the Imperium.
Do we have to get out our ceremonial Warhammer 40K armor and wear it? And all that stuff?
No.
Well,
Yeah.
can I mute the rest of my crew? Because they're being
Easily.
stupid right now.
Easily. Okay, a couple minutes later, you get some guy who identifies himself as some sort of official. You know he's official because he has that sort of voice, and he's with got the letters and numbers and all that crap. So he wants your full registration, your full transponder code, So he's treating you with seriousness and with a certain level of polite.
Can I state that we mean them no harm either? So, by the way you guys make it sound like the Imperium's the freaking evil empire.
Well, some people might see it that way. Some
I
people
just,
might not.
I put
Who
a
says
little,
they're
I put a little
not?
Ride of the Valkyries. I put a little Ride of the Valkyries in the background. Just,
Empire is so huge and with poor, lengthy communication that it can be both at the same time, both good
Exactly.
and evil. We don't know how we come off to these people.
So,
We're gonna meet them.
yep. So
True.
you send off the required information.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, whatever his name is, we'll call him Frank, Mr. Frank or Superior Frank or something. Anyway, he welcomes you to the Ioun Federation, and he gives you a course to fly through. He will ensure that you are, once you get within the orbit of the next gas giant, he will have a escort assembled for you.
please don't kill us.
Yeah.
And
Can I request that we refuel first?
certainly.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Okay.
Let them know that we're gonna go head to the nearest gas giant and then meet up.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
No, that's all cool.
Do that.
No, he just he says, well, in that case, if you're willing to wait a bit longer, then I can have the escort meet you at this location. Da, 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 da. So you go off and do that. And did you want to buy any time to get any sort of local information? It will be not as good as close to the source, but
Yeah, we have an understanding that this sector went dark, and we're just trying to get any information of what happened over the last 100 years.
Right. Okay. Well.
That's our mission.
Right. Yeah. Well.
So we can enslave the whole sector.
Yeah, that makes them feel so much happier, and it's all.
No. I definitely said I muted my crew.
Right. So Lance is going around going, "We've come to take your woman." All this sort of stuff. All that sort of thing. Anyway, so okay, so you just want to wait till you get closer. That's all fine. So you do your. Just give me a piloting roll so that nothing untoward happens. Yeah, you're fine.
Thank goodness I got
Nothing.
+3.
Nothing would happen unless you double ones is the only thing that's going to activate anything, because it's a pretty safe case here. Okay, so sensor rolls. Will, if you want to give me another roll or so.
Yeah.
Census roll, and we're on alert. We're on what?
Okay.
Orange alert.
Orange
I think
alert. Okay. Rightio, Will can't give you much more. He just says there's quite a bit of chatter around, but yeah. And he is receiving entertainment signals as well as some general governmental signals. To all intents and purposes, this would be a totally acceptable, average, normal system within the Imperium. Yeah.
Oh well, the Ioun Federation now.
Yeah. Well, they call it the Ioun Federation, whatever that
Yep.
means. So you go and float halfway between the two gas giants. You meet with a small escort. It is a small escort. It looks like you've got about 3 repurposed scout ships. That's about it. Although they do seem to be fitted with 2 turrets, which is interesting. But anyway.
Which means that they might have had to give up something like speed or power.
Yep. And basically they're going to guide you in. It's going to take several days. They're going to guide you into Ioun. So you get closer to Ioun.
We did refuel, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Alright,
Yep.
cool.
So you just that's all tuning through, getting ready for you. So Ioun is this small little planet. It's I think it's a little bit bigger than the moon. If I read this right, I might be wrong.
And it's got millions of people on it.
Supposedly. It has supposedly has a very thin but tainted atmosphere. It has supposedly again have hydrographics of 3, so there's quite a large ice field, if you like, on both caps, with a small bit of melt which will generally bleed off into the outer space, because obviously the atmosphere is not thick enough to actually hold the water there for much long time. Ioun has, as you approach, does have a B starport. You can see quite a bit of traffic. Not a major amount of traffic, but quite a bit. I'd say around about, there'd be easily about 20-30 system type ships, and there's a couple of jump ships coming in.
Alright, can we take a look at their news feed?
Sure you can as you come in. Yep, so you buy some time on the news feed, or are you just trying to capture signal?
Sorry, what?
Do you want to buy a news feed, or do you want to just try to capture signal?
How much is the news feed? Yeah.
Okay, rightio. Well, that gives you about 52 different channels. So obviously, the crew are already, apart from one, crying out for the premium gold channel. But you know, anyway, we know what that channel's all about.
Well, the intriguing thing is, are they getting jump traffic from other worlds? That's the intriguing question.
It would seem so, because you've seen some jump ships. You've seen some jump ships.
Damn.
Yep.
All right. Cool.
So news is you're on the news, breaking news, and you get sort of a.
Is it hateful or
no?
Good.
No. They're just interested to find out.
Are they saying like the tyrants are back?
No. They're just interested to find out what's going on. They're interested to find out why now, and also what this means for future relations with the Empire. If the Empire has broken the quarantine, what does it mean? Yeah. And will they help rebuild the sector connections? And then they start going into some business, and what does it mean for education and entertainment and so it's just pretty normal stuff. There's nothing really majorly out there. From the news, you can see that there is a unified government. It is a civil service bureaucracy run by various people who head up various agencies. There are various companies. What you can tell, this Ioun Federation thing, it actually encompasses quite a few planets.
Let's download the name of those planets.
Okay, well, Human 10, Zarkos, Kalon, Jenna, and
I knew it! It's the cluster!
And Fran.
Yeah.
So they basically, that's their Ioun Federation. That's it.
Yeah, it's the cluster. Yeah.
Yep. So what you can get a little bit of information if you want to buy a premium channel and get like a Wikipedia thing if you want for another 10 credits.
How much is the premium channel?
Just another 10 credits.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay, so.
But someone watch out for Samuel. He might get raw.
Okay. Rightio. So Human 10 is a member of the Ioun Federation, and with the help of the Ioun government, has upgraded to a C starport. That's been a major change for them, but virtually nothing else has changed. Xasus has changed its starport up to a C, again with the help of the Ioun government. It seemed that Ioun did quite well when things started to fall to bits, because yeah, it was just in a good position. Kalon is actually now a captured state of Ioun, and it's, from what you can tell, it's where it's basically, it has that navy base there, and basically they're using that as a sort of a military complex, if you like, of the planet. Jenna is a member state of the Federation. Jenna has had some changes though. Its population has dropped. No, its population has grown, but it has changed from a self-perpetuating oligarchy, which was overthrown. It's now a participating democracy, with the help of Ioun, of course, and it's raised its technology by 1 to an A. So there's been quite a bit of change. Fran, its population has dropped very slightly, from 4 billion to roughly just under 3 billion. It's become a balkanized planet. It was a dictatorship, and its law level has dropped down to a 6, but its tech level has raised to an A. It's has its own navy, and it uses its navy. Jenna has its own navy force, as does Assos, but Ioun captured Kalon basically for its own navy force. But as a group, there is a bit of propaganda, and the propaganda is, it seems, is for the next cluster to the right. I'm just trying to find the name of that cluster, sorry. The Frolp Guild. Okay, so Frolp is up here. So something called the Frolp Guild.
Are they at war?
They're not at war, but there are skirmishes that take place.
Alright, so they're not friendlies.
No.
With each other?
No, definitely not.
We're just bystanders in this.
Pretty much, at the moment, depending on what happens when you go there.
Yeah, we go up there and get some action too.
Possibly.
I'm not getting in a war with them.
Yeah.
For them.
They are saying that the other bit of news is that from the sister planet of Jenna, they have been sent to Ryoji to open negotiations with the Dello Confederation.
Which is the cluster below them.
Yeah. But you're not quite sure.
So there are cluster skirmishes, yeah.
Possibly, yeah. But they at least they seem to be at that level of diplomacy without talking. You're not sure. They don't really talk too much about it, apart from that the delegation was sent there and received warmly, and that talks are underway, basically. And they expect news in a couple of weeks about whether what's going to come of that. But that's about it. It's it seems to be quite an active little place. Yeah.
This little subsector's got some things going on.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like it's going to be too hard to get information about the Ioun Federation. Too much, basic information.
Are we dealing with just humans, or are there alien elements?
There are some alien elements, but they are known aliens.
So they're like the lion men that everyone likes.
Lion men, I don't know about lion men, but they wouldn't. Sorry.
I was talking about the Aslan. Yeah.
Oh, the Aslan. Yeah. Oh no, there's no Aslan here, but there'll be aliens native to this sector in this area. So that they are, they're part of the Federation. Actually, if anything, the Federation seems to be quite in line with a lot of you sort of have a quick look at, because you're interested in the law, not wanting to break the law or anything. It seems to have quite a lot in comparison to the imperial law. There's a lot of common stuff.
Yeah, it's clear that their laws are based off of Imperium laws.
Yeah. They tend, if anything, they would sort of be like almost like an autonomous district of the Imperium.
And I'm hoping Negan, as our ambassador, has been reading all this stuff.
Right.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, right. So Sergeant Lance is trying to influence Negan is about how his approach might be. So as you get closer to Aoun, you start to understand how Aoun holds its population. There are a lot of habitat stations at various Lagrange points around Aoun, and some of them are quite big, holding easily 1 million people. So you see around about 8 or 9 of these things.
Do they go out and colonize the other planets?
There is some bases on the next planet in. Once you get past that, it's although they could easily colonize it, it's just too resource hungry, because of they need to improve their defenses should the Frup Guild decide to move their engagement up. And of course not having any information from the Kern, so that's one thing you do have on your side. You have information that they don't.
Yeah, that's a resource that's ours.
Yeah, and some of what's on the other sector as well, the subsector.
So yeah, so that's what we've got as economy. Something we can use as influence.
Yep. So
bargaining power.
That's pretty much it. So on Aoun, there's like dome planets, there's subterranean planets, there's habitats orbiting the planet. So yeah, it's quite a thriving little place, and there are some other habitats amongst the system, which makes up the whole roughly 80 million people. So they've got a couple of other big floating habitats orbiting some of the other planets that they.
Yeah, so we found a decent.
Yep.
Like I think it was Aspen things.
Sorry, you cut out.
You're cutting off a bit, Steve. Sid, you're cutting off.
Yeah. Yep. That's because I was moving around.
Okay. So
do they mention Norcoon or Guba or Aspis at all?
No.
Right.
They don't. Can't say anything else about that just yet. You might find out a bit more.
Right.
Yeah.
I think we should trade them info for info and get their Wikipedia with the reservation that they might just be propagandizing about the Frup Guild and whatever.
Well, no, we don't need to give them anything.
No, and we're here to gather information. We can give information too.
Yeah, but let's not give out information. Sorry, but yeah.
Okay.
Because I see I'm cutting out.
Yeah. Okay. So Sid, can you give me just a standard? You're taking the ship down.
Yeah, while I'm following their instructions.
Okay, so you have the option of leaving the ship in orbit or taking the ship down. I mean, there's really not too much of a difference, really, if we're honest, because it's a very thin atmosphere.
Yeah. No, let's land.
Okay, radio. So just give me a pilot. Just again, double ones means something bad's happened, possibly. Fine. Okay, you land at their capital, which I'm trying to come up with a name for right now. We'll call it Capitol with an O. There you go. Make it easy. So it's a dome city of around about 9 million. It would be their biggest settlement. It is it's actually a collection of domed, interlinked domed areas. So it's not quite in the center, it's slightly off to the right and to the back is the, you can sort of see, you get some information, very basic, like they've got some industrial parts, they've got some recreational parts, they've got residential, government, technology, all that sort of stuff. But that whole thing makes up capital. All interconnected. You're at basically the starport down, and yep, you by grace of the fact that you're from the Imperium, they waiver the first week's docking fees, that sort of stuff. You are going to have to pay for life support and all that sort of stuff if you want to replenish up to your 18 weeks.
Yeah, let's do that if we've got them.
Okay, so Negan, you're down to 15 weeks each. So you're going to have to calculate how much you're going to have to spend to get up to 18.
Okay.
So I think it's 10 people at, I can't remember the price of bloody life support. Is it 2,000, 2,500?
I think we were talking about 2,000 a ton, and each ton is 16 weeks for one person.
You just got to buy some weeks because it's just filling up what you've got sort of stored.
I think we have, let's see, around close to 80,000 right now.
Okay, just trying to find the price for you. Sorry, it's berthing fee costs. Yep, life support 2,000 per crew member. So 10, so there'd be 60,000 if you've got it, if you want.
Yep.
Okay, radio. Okay, so who's going off ship to meet with the officials?
Well, Megan's going. I'll follow up behind him.
Yep.
Oh, 16. Okay.
Cool.
That's 16.
And Darth. Lance, sounds like he wants
Darth Bronchitis is with us, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, I think I saw a brothel like on that street, Lance. Go check it out.
Yeah, Darth Lance is going in. Darth Lance is going in. He's going to put on his full combat armor and put the teddy bear and tape it to his chest.
Okay.
Go in hot.
Sure you don't want to check.
All right.
Sure you don't want to check out the brothel they have on that street over there.
He's going to blow up a bunch of balloons too and carry them with him as well. He'll have the laser rifle on one shoulder and the balloons in the.
Radio. So you're met
No,
at your docking
he's
bay.
not going to do.
Okay.
He's not doing
He's
that
not going to do any of that
because someone
Never mind.
stopped him.
Yeah.
He just threatens to. He just threatens.
Yeah.
Okay, so who's part of your landing party, Tacoma? You, Negan.
I'll go.
He can go, but he can't be frickin' all,
Radio.
Yep,
Stormtroopery.
stormtroopery.
Okay. Radio.
Yeah, we'll make sure to include our libertarian bumper sticker on our.
Awesome.
Over the head of the helmet.
Just remember,
The atmosphere is okay, right?
well, you're
The
inside.
atmosphere is okay.
Yeah, you're inside, so
I think it's
controlled.
tainted, but yeah.
Yeah, no, it's very thin and tainted, so you wouldn't want to be outside. No. The only weapon you can carry legally is daggers. So if that's what you want to equip yourself with, you can. Otherwise, but then
Okay.
as a representation of the Imperium, you might be able to change that, Tacoma. It's up to you. You can test the waters.
Yeah, can we ask that we're at least a little bit more leniency on the weapons?
Okay, get back over there.
Yeah, we can argue ceremonial dress codes and whatever.
They're prepared to let you have one security person with one pistol type weapon
Lance,
to be with your group.
Well, Lance is the military.
Okay.
That's reasonable.
Okay.
So a pistol type weapon, if you've got one.
So like a laser carbine is like a really long pistol.
No, you won't get that.
Do you have an auto pistol?
You know, let me see if I have an auto pistol. I didn't. Yeah, I'll just get one out of the ship's locker. I mean, it can't be that difficult. Either that or and is Pierre gonna play? Is he gonna take Dane down, or you can take yourself down, or?
I'm going to take both characters down, Will Weaver and Dane, because it looks like a civilized place.
Yeah, Samuel can be pilot. Leave him on ship.
Dane's snub pistol.
I've got a snub pistol.
Yeah, I'll take my pistol.
Oh, hold on, guys.
One person gets the...
One person.
Yep, your security person, that's it. The other
Oh,
thing you're allowed is a dagger.
Give me your snub pistol, Sid.
You know, I'm gonna hold the snub pistol. Everyone else use daggers.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Go, done. Rightio, you got a snub pistol and a whole lot of daggers, if that's what you're taking.
I am taking my cudgel. I'm taking my cudgel as well.
Cudgels are fine.
Well, cudgel, yeah, that's what I use.
Yeah. I'm hoping that they're like.
Mine is wrapped. Mine is wrapped with barbed wire.
Yeah, we'll tell them that we're bringing melee weapons. If that's all fine with them.
Well, it's like a police.
As that. I mean, they're just I like baseball.
Yeah. All right.
No. I mean, mine is just like a spring-loaded police baton where it springs down to 6 inches, or you can pop it open and it goes to.
No, those are all okay. They are defense weapons.
Yeah, I'm a Yankees fan.
That sort of little one is fine. Anything that's obvious, they will take objection to.
Yeah, it's your scepter.
Yes. Something wrapped with barbed wire that's electrified and drips out.
Yeah.
Well, no, and seriously, so Negan, you're the guy with all the social skill, right?
Supposedly, yeah.
Samuel's got carousing, which is probably what we need. But
yeah, he's probably. I just have the only social skill I have is steward. That's about it.
But you're a. Aren't you like a minor noble or something?
No. Samuel.
Samuel is, yeah. He's, I think, his level 10 or 10 social standing.
Yeah. No. Negan was your first contact person because he's a merchant.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. All right. That's why he's first contact.
Yeah. Okay.
Who's playing Samuel?
I'm playing Samuel right
he's
now.
Not here.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
We probably ought to get cleaned up and dressed up and all that sort of shit. Be presentable.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're going to take pictures of us and shit like that, so we need to shave.
Oh, do we do that press conference thing with a long table and everybody has microphones and we can be like...
Well, you're not sure about that yet. You're not even sure.
Let's just go talk to them first. Just look clean.
Look clean. Okay.
We can make press conference jokes like the early Beatles did, that sort of stuff.
Okay.
Just don't worry about that stuff. Not like
you disembarked from the ship.
Mm-hmm.
You met with a very small, around about 3 officials and a.
I hummed the theme to Star Wars in the background.
Radio. And 2 guards which do have some sort of pistol-like thing in their holsters, as well as those springy baton things. Anyway, the guys sort of just welcome you to the Iron Federation, and say if you'd like to follow them. Obviously we'll talk about if you're willing to do any press conference sort of stuff later, but we just would like to get some things sorted out first.
Yep. Alright. Good.
Radio. So you're introduced to another, taking another chamber, and you're introduced to Charles Fellows, who is a career diplomat, first contact sort of person. He gives that you get a little bit of blurb on him, so you sort of know who you're dealing with. He's responsible for helping various alien races facilitate their participation in their own federation. He led one of the diplomatic envoys to try to halt something called the Antrim takeover by the Fraup Guild. Yeah, so you get a little bit of a blue on. He's a practiced career diplomat sort of thing, so just be aware of that. So you sit down, you're offered something to eat, something to drink. He welcomes you. He says it must have been a long journey, and basically he says, so of course I represent the Owen Federation, and we would like to make this first meeting, or at least the public meeting, quite fortuitous for both sides. So perhaps we could deal with any important or pressing needs now. I have been instructed by my government to assist you with any questions, as well as to facilitate perhaps later on a meeting where we can exchange some information. So with that in mind, do you have any questions first that we might be able to answer?
And any thoughts other than doing the Imperial March?
Yeah, I mean, we need to find out what happened. How come they managed to survive so well, given the unpleasantness that happened in the sector?
Well, we're not sure what happened in the sector. All we heard was about our records show around about 3 months after the quarantine was enacted, our government was officially notified and made plans to weather the quarantine. So it was just great foresight from our ancestors and their ability to gather resources, gather people to stand united. We don't know. All we know is that the further out you get, the more chaotic and the less clear information is. We really haven't gone, apart from keeping to our cluster and ensuring or trying to ensure that we are highly defensible, we really haven't done much else.
Have you ran into anything strange past years?
In the early days, ships were sent out to neighbouring subsectors. I would need to ask, from which direction did you come, because you might be very aware of some of the things.
We came from Goober direction, from Hazabit.
Ah, rightio. So you'll be aware of what happened in Goober.
We have an understanding, but we don't exactly know what's happened there.
So, did you visit the planet?
Yes, we have.
Did you like the weather on the planet?
We went to the sector, but we didn't land on the planet. We never went to the planet, eh, Steve?
No, you didn't get to see the planet itself. No.
No.
Or the remains of.
Yeah, but we do know that the planet's no longer there.
Okay, so I just had to confirm that, because that is a closely, and we would appreciate that you do not inform anybody of that. Our early government did try to reach across the stars just to see if we could gather any allies, but basically very early on it was decided that we would close our borders to the Hazabit subsector.
Okay.
There was
That makes sense of what we've seen.
mhm. Although we understand that the ASBIS system operates with a certain level of autonomy and defense, we haven't made any overtures yet to. We just need to make sure that they're safe to contact.
Probably not. They are very paranoid,
That was
especially
one of the
around.
things that we ran into. Yes.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I don't think we're allowed there.
Okay. Radio says so. And you didn't have to possibly come. Did you come directly from Google, or did you pass through the Nakun system?
We did go through Nakun.
So you would have been aware of the defense shield?
Yeah.
And you're safe. You didn't visit Nakun.
We actually did manage to avoid the shield and land on Nakun.
We would be interested in finding out exactly how you managed to do that.
Maybe later on in the talks,
Definitely.
talks.
Says that's fine. Okay. Says, well, do you have any other questions of us?
Are there? Sorry. Should there be any worries that we should be worried about?
No, if you're from the Imperium, you'll be most welcome. That might be a problem, so it would perhaps be best for you to stay in particular areas. We're not trying to restrict you, but if you don't want to be swamped by people, you're treated as normal citizens of the Imperium, which means you have the freedom to move about as you see fit. Of course, you won't be able to go into any sensitive areas, but we are not intending to withhold you in any way, shape or form, but we would recommend that you have an escort with you and that we can perhaps direct you to more safer areas while we try to work out the best way in which to introduce you to the populace.
Okay.
You will notice that there will be a presence of security guards around your ship and with you at the moment. But that is, as I said, not as Triton as corny as it sounds, it is actually more for your protection than anything else.
Yeah, understandable. What was Glenn trying to say?
Beatles, man, we're the Beatles. Hey, probably ought to just let him know what our agenda is. Might be helpful for him to just kind of know what we're up to.
I thought we were going to say that. But yeah, but agenda's basically just a search. You know,
we're cutting off a lot, Sid.
Yeah. I know.
To search, okay. He says so.
Well, sorry. Let me repeat myself. Yeah, our objective is to assess whether or not it's all right to enter the sector again.
Right, so an advanced scout of sorts.
Yep.
For trade and such.
Yeah.
He says, well, the Iron Federation will welcome
conquest
that. For conquest. We're going to take your women.
Yes, slavery. We need slave.
Yeah. Okay. Well, he says that there's another diplomat who handles that sort of thing that will probably be called upon when those officials from the Imperium re-enter this space. And he assures that the Ionian Federation will look forward to that day. He sort of is a little bit timid, but he says, so are you the only ship doing this, or is there planning to be others? Should we expect others to follow you?
No. We're the only one.
Don't you find that odd, he says?
Well, you know, it's a very controversial decision. Actually, back in the Imperium.
Okay. He understands politics. He can understand why that might be. Very well, he says. Well, if you're willing to wait to allow us to set up a more secure place for you, do you have a particular? He gives you like some information on the city. He says, is there a particular place that you'd like to sort of reside in while you're staying with us? As Imperial representatives, of course, we'll expect you to behave under that protocol, but you would not be expected to have to pay for your visit. We'd be treating this as a diplomatic mission. Is there a particular place we can put you up in the old diplomatic section if you want to, in the government hub?
That'll be fine.
Right. Right. Yeah. So he just then asks like, just basics like how many of you, are there any special needs, dietary needs, medical needs, anything of that sort of nature. Just basics, you know. So
No.
Yeah.
The basics should be fine.
Okay, so apart from that, Charles Fellows says if there's nothing more, I will get to work and contact you as soon as I have managed to confirm the plan, and we will enaction it, and then we'll get into deeper talks perhaps.
Alright,
So
good.
he holds out his hands. He welcomes you again to the Own Federation. And he just says if you need to, at the moment, you have all access to all their public information services.
Alright, okay.
In good faith. Yeah. So you guys get taken back to the ship. What do you wish to do?
Right.
Yep.
Well, I mean, we're gonna need to talk to these people. Other than that, it's like online shopping time. You know.
No, it's only rentals.
Yeah. Yeah.
We can't fit any more
go
people
ahead.
on the ship.
We'll go ahead and flesh out information on the Federation on the other planets. Maybe save ourselves a trip. You know, I think we need to dig a little deeper. I guess I've got computer 0, but we'll get the computer guy to dig a little deeper in terms of what's the root cause with this other trade guild.
The
Fraup Guild.
Fraup Guild.
Fraup, could you spell that for me?
F-R-A-U-P-E.
It's the name of the of the planet here. Okay,
Yep.
gotcha.
Fraup.
Also, it was Juliet that was the Mad Max.
It was Joliet that was Mad Max Planet. Okay. It's just it's starting to get. It's getting a little confusing. There's a little bit of time between playing, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've all.
Yeah, and below.
Planet.
Sorry, I lost you, Sid.
Sorry, I was saying that I think Sanwenda was the corporation. Oh, I know I'm cutting out.
Yeah.
The corporation planet.
Yep. Sanwenda. Yep.
I thought Aspis was the paranoid planet.
Yep. So you had Juliet was the Mad Max planet. Sanwenda was the doing pretty well but isolated but run by a megacorp. Aspis sort of interested that you're there, but really interested to find out what the hell's happened at Goober and quite paranoid. You heard something about religious zealots in Peticula. And Norquern was a sort of just a zero zone.
Yeah, it was just a dead mining planet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where we basically just eliminated the whole population.
Possibly. Okay, just give me a second, guys. I just got to leave the computer, so just talk about yourselves, amongst yourselves, what you want to do, and I'll be back shortly.
All right.
Okay, so I guess we need to kind of figure out what our agenda is going to be here. I mean, I guess we're doing survey, but you know, yeah, I think our mission was also to try to determine what kind of trade negotiations we could make for the future.
I thought that would have been someone else. I didn't think we were actually going to deal with that.
Well, we can find out what their needs are.
Isn't that kind of what we did with?
Yeah, that's that's what they put us through. But remember, we all we made the agreement was to tell the Imperium that hey, they want to be the first ones through the door.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what trade we're going to come out of. We've got for Ione, other than hey, we've been to Gooba and Nukun in recent history.
Well, they'll probably buy stuff. I mean, I don't think they're gonna. Yeah, with what they got here, they don't really have a whole lot to sell.
We don't have a whole lot to sell.
Well, I think we have information to sell.
Yeah, that's why I don't really want to give away a lot of information.
Right. So, what's the plan, guys?
So, well, we're kind of discussing that. I mean, I think we could. I think Nokun.
Mm-hmm.
Waiting for somebody to move in, right? And you know, I think that would be something the Ion Federation would like to know. I don't know why tried to go through the minefield, because it's not really that rigorous of a minefield. A few missiles and they could pretty much sweep it out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, but you know, it could be a technological problem on their side.
Maybe.
Because remember, they called it a shield, not a minefield.
Yeah. So we could help them out with that and make something of that.
And how they could have been the ones to put that there because of something on the planet.
Yeah. I'm really curious to know. And Gooba's just destroyed. Is that right?
Yep. Information you got was it got destroyed really early on by some thing coming out of the star drive gate.
Yeah, also some like weird mutated creatures.
Yep.
That we didn't see.
So yeah, I mean, I think I would like a tour of the planet. I think I'd like to exchange information for information on the planets in the sector and kind of trade goods they have and what kind of resources they have and what kind of bases they have in terms of starports and trade bases and if they have scout bases, that sort of thing. I think that conversation is probably going to happen at a different level.
Yeah, I'll let Negan and Samuel deal with that one. Anything else? Because I was going to try to get onto the internet and see if there's like any sort of weird common conspiracy theories.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some political insight might be good. I think that's good. Social developments, social change.
Well, yeah. Well, I was thinking conspiracy theories just in case, like, they're not saying something that's weird is going on.
Right.
Okay.
Because that's really what we're here for, is to see,
yep.
Find the strange things, the stuff, whatever. Imperium can deal with that later.
So you're gonna.
They did say.
Sorry, you go.
They did say something kind of unusual. They asked us if we went on planet, and the implication was something about contaminated. I don't know that they actually came out and said anything like that, but
I think
implication.
I think it was a test.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it was more of a test of like, yeah, sure, we've been to that planet. It's there, you know, the weather's nice and fine. It's like, no, there is no planet.
Yeah, but he was talking about Guba. I was talking about
Norcoon.
Oh,
Norcoon.
Yeah.
He asked us if we'd passed the shield, and I forget exactly what he said, but what did he say exactly, Steve? You remember what you said?
Just wanted to know, had you visited Norcoon? And when you said yes, he said, how did you get past the planetary shield? And he was interested in how you did that.
Got the whole vibe of, have you been to Africa in the last 6 months kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Well, we know that they're clean, right? Like, we did do a full decontamination of them and testing, right?
As far as you're aware, all the equipment that you got detected nothing unusual on them.
All right. Let's look up some conspiracy theories then.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, give me just a. Do you want to sort of go sort of into the slightly dark net sort of side of things, or you just want to see what you can get off the internet?
No, let's go into the dark net.
Okay. So
can we set up some security measures? Can we set up some security measures so that we're anonymous on the dark web?
Yeah.
So they're not, oh, the Imperium is surfing our dark web.
I'll use my personal. Do I have a personal? I do have a personal hand computer. I'll use that and disconnect it from the ship. Are we allowed to leave the ship?
Yeah, they said you can if you want to, but they don't recommend to it right now.
Oh, okay. No. Oh yeah. Well, I'll try to ping my signal off of some other places.
Okay. Give me a computer roll. Just actually, Samuel would set that up with a communications roll.
Okay.
Bounce it around a bit. Nope, he can't find any way around that.
Then I would recommend not getting on the dark web.
Yeah. Let's just see what we can do on the regular web.
Okay. So you have a look. So the closest thing you come to disgruntled or anything against the government is, and it's all around this Antrim thing. If you want to look it up any further, but they feel that things could have been done differently, and that the government could have been more forceful, that they could have defended the people on Antrim, that they could have they should have gone all the way to Fraup, things like that.
So wait, their people are happy that they're not bloodthirsty?
No, well, there's a small group of people who think that they weren't aggressive enough in what they did. Yeah.
That's a first. What about like any weird like medical problems or anything like that?
No, there's been nothing that is similar to what you know of. It's, for all intents and purposes, it looks like a regular system to you, like from the history and from stuff that you're picking up. What the guy said, fellow said, seems to be checked out on the net. You know, rough times and processes and all that sort of stuff. The Kalon takeover is another sort of slightly contentious point, but the rhetoric is that Ioun wouldn't be in its current position if it didn't have Kalon to back it up defensively. So
yeah, they're the ones with the ships.
Yeah, it was a necessary evil. But it went on historically, that the Iron people went to who went on the mission went to great lengths to ensure that loss of life was kept to a minimum. That that as Kalon wasn't, the people of Kalon weren't prepared to basically engage with the then fledgling Iron Federation. That Iron thought that it would only be time before someone else took it, and they felt that they would do it as humanely, as peacefully as possible. So,
Well, of course they did. Nothing about Hazabit.
just that, in line with the quarantine, because up to your arrival, they thought that apart from the Frop group and the cluster below you, everything was still under quarantine.
All right. What about any information that? Because we did get some information from the scout cache, did we not?
Yeah, a little.
I've forgotten what it was, but we found out about it.
They had received a high-level call to dump all their information, wash out the rest of the information, and head to a particular meeting point which you haven't quite worked out where that is yet. And yeah, it's a whole protocol that you're not even really familiar with. I mean, you understand that, yes, you would dump information if an enemy was trying to approach and gain your base to gain information against the Imperium. You understand that protocol. This other point is a bit odd, because once you've done that, you'd either defend the base or you'd blow the base up and try to get back into Imperium space.
Any words from the scout in this? In the Iron Federation?
Well, same sort of story. That once it was discovered that the scout bases had been left, they were taken over as small colonies. There was some basic infrastructure, there was no data that they could gather, and they had just been used as extra colony space or industrial or research space, depending on what sort of basic infrastructure there was on the base.
Yeah, what they've done.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I need to get on the dark web. I might try something there, but let's let these talks happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's only two real sort of contentious things: is how Kalon was taken, and that the Iron Federation wasn't aggressive enough with the Antrim. So the Antrim basically was a very short war, and the end result was that the Frop sent in, because Antrim only had like less than 1,000 people, and the Antrim petitioned Ione to support them. Frop was making how it's reported, was making basically a land grab all around them after the quarantine, and basically Antrim was worried that the Frop were going to eventually get to them because they couldn't possibly defend themselves. So they started to enlist native Ione, and apparently once that happened, the Frop got more aggressive, and before the Iron tried to do diplomatic talks, but in that interim, the Frop wiped out Antrim. And it was more a case of, if we can't have it, neither can you.
Wow.
Yeah, so not sure what. There's not much information on why Antrim, it could have been positioning, but like no other real information about what was so important about Antrim.
Weird.
Yeah, I wonder what Frap's story. I wonder what Frap's story is.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's very similar to the one that we've just heard.
Yeah. Well, the official records, I mean, you can call them up on your machine, your computer, had Antrim as a sea star base, size 5, atmosphere 3, hydrographic 6, population 2, government 2, participating government democracy, 0 law level, tech level 8, scout base, and gas giant. That's it. It was non-industrial. There doesn't seem to be anything indicative in the official records, but then, you know,
Yeah.
are they hiding something themselves? You don't know.
Well, what is the Frup Guild composed of? Planets.
At the moment, the Frup Guild have captured Neem. There is sorry, just trying to catch it. There is discussion. There's confusion. They don't know whether Quintilius is actually part of the Frup Guild or they're opposed to the Frup Guild. And the same for Vanir. Because it's really hard to get information. They really don't know which way things are.
And Antrim is now part of the Frup Guild. Did I understand that right?
No, it's technically, I guess, what you call an abandoned system. The only thing useful on it is the gas giant in system. They basically did something, and it's reported that Antrim is no longer hospitable to human life.
Yeah, they basically destroyed it. Well, so we're told, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we need to go talk to these people.
I'm visualizing Charlton Heston on the beach.
Yeah.
Eating the sand.
No, you did it.
You dirty, you goddamn bastards. You finally did it. Yep.
That whole thing.
Well, we will assume Vanir is part of the Frup Guild.
Yep. And there's virtually no information on Sanus or Vanis or anything like that.
What about alien races that are part of the Ioun Federation or part of the Frup Guild?
Well, that is a bit of a problem because lots of part of the issue was there were people that were living from both general areas on Antrim, on Neem, on Quintilius, on Frup, and on Ioun, when the whole walls came down, both humans and aliens. So after 120 years, due to the separation, you would assume that the majority would be for the side they're on, but there was probably a small like fifth column somewhere it would be reasonable to assume for the other side, although there doesn't seem to be, apart from like the first couple of years when those individuals were sort of what the Ioun people did was they sent them over, they got no one from Frup. It is assumed that the Frup just executed everyone who had allegiances with the Ioun Federation.
That's not nice.
No. So, yeah. So the Frup Guild is, you're not quite sure. It's not sounding good. In some papers that you read, it is compared to several dictator states, like Nazis, like Stalinism, like several other things from various history points.
Is that what they're saying? Is that
That's what
they're saying about Frup?
Yeah, so it's more the First Order than the Empire.
Hmm. But again, they haven't had really any sort of interaction with the Frop Guild for close to like 60 years.
You're kidding.
Nope.
They don't have any spies? Oh my
Nope.
god.
Nope.
What are they thinking?
They're thinking more defensive than anything else, not offensive. Although they go on about stuff, you sort of get the idea. Well, you don't really get the idea. It's a possibility that Ioun isn't as strong as it actually makes itself out to be.
Yeah, well...
Is it a situation where maybe they just don't have all that many ships, but, you know, in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king, that sort of thing?
Quite possibly that too.
That's what I feel it is looking like.
So there's no trade. Obviously.
There's trade within the Federation, and they're trying to open up trade with the Dallo Confederation,
which is pure
to the south of you, to the rimwood.
Which is pure Rigo,
Ryugu
and Dello.
Ryugi, yeah, Ryugi.
Ryugi and Dello. Oh.
I see Rogue.
Yeah, that's okay. You can say Rogue, but Ryugi. Rogue. I don't know. Anyway, that planet.
That planet. Okay. The Allo Federation.
Yeah, a confederation.
Got it.
Nothing about this other cluster?
Which one's that, sorry?
The Minster, Yaml.
Yeah.
White.
There is... It's under... For the Ioun Federation, it's under interdiction. They won't... not interdiction, sorry. It's under... it would be similar treated to as is the Frop Guild, like a red zone. It's just treated as aggressive and hostile. That's all you really get from it. Information about it. So it's not advised to travel to that zone. That's all you get off the net.
Mm-hmm.
They on the net too, you'll come across like trips that you can actually go to. Apart from Kalon, you can travel pretty much anywhere in the Ioun Federation. There's like commercial trips around there.
Okay. Interesting. I can't think of anything else, Sid.
I do, but I need to get on the darknet, so we're just gonna have to talk.
You can try, but you can, instead of doing it like with Como and trying to bounce your signal around, you can try with computers and try to, you know, code your way in. There's always different ways.
There is, but because I'm not going to be going to these talks.
Okay.
Let's let the talks happen, and I might decide to do it while they're talking.
Okay. So shall we jump ahead to that? So basically, it's Samuel and Nagin. Anyone else going as a security person?
Sure.
You are?
Sure.
Yep. Okay, so the three of you are in there. That's all cool. So as I said, you've been transferred over to the government centre, sort of. It's, as you go through, all areas look pretty pretty prosperous. And fairly open. It looks like as I said, it looks like a fairly high standard of living, as it treats its citizens, seems to be quite respectful, all that sort of. So you get the general feeling that it's a pretty good place to live. You get to the capital, things are a little, the governmental sector, things are not as, I'm not going to say grey and dull, but it's just a little bit more organised, if you like. So there are some fairly ostentatious or big huge statues with all that symbolism, all that sort of stuff around the place, and plaques and small memorial places to various people you sort of can see. There's a couple of buildings, there's a art gallery, there's a museum, there's a huge library of some sort. So there's those sort of things, and you can see sort of groups of kids probably on some sort of school trip going into these places, leaving, whatever. You sort of get to, so the buildings here, the tallest building would be the governmental house itself, and that would stand around about 500 feet tall. So yeah, not that terribly tall, because obviously you can't build the bubbles too high. So you're placed in a 3-level apartment sort of block, quite close to the government building. You'll be transferred from where you are, and it's quite a plush sort of area, quite a well-appointed apartment, travelling to a building next door to the government building itself for these talks. Once you're inside the governmental part of the capital, Charles Fellows says that you shouldn't have any issue with unwanted attention. So you're free to walk about here if you wish. If you're okay, they're more than happy to assign a liaison person to travel with you to guide you and answer any questions that you may have. Nagan?
What's that?
Sorry. Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
That sounds good.
Rightio.
Right.
So you appointed a young man.
We want a liaison person.
Yep, liaison. Yep. So young man, early 20s, perhaps mid 20s, a little bit nervous. He's got a little data pad that he clutches on tightly to his chest. Very respectful. Sort of a little bit hesitant to start talking to you. Very mindful of very mindful of what is it you want, what is it, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, and his name is Greg. We'll call him Greg.
Mm-hmm.
So he says he sort of looks down at his pad, and once you arrive there, says, so the schedule for tomorrow is there'll be introductions at 9 o'clock. And then the main meeting will get underway at 10. Is there anything I can do for you before then, sirs?
I'm sorry, go on.
I was just, breakfast would be nice.
Yes, of course. You could order that over here at the communication kiosk, and time and any particulars that you need. Or would you like me to do that for you now?
Yeah, sure. Now.
Okay. So he just types in what you want.
Waffles and fried chicken.
Mm-hmm. How would you like your chicken, sir?
Fried.
Yes. Pieces. Would you like them coated? Would you like any sauce with them? Would you like vegetables
or? For breakfast, vegetables for breakfast. Oh, that's interesting. So no, we place our order. I'm being facetious, of course.
Yeah, that's okay. But this is the sort of guy he is. He tries to do his best to please you as much as possible.
Right. And we need a cards, a book of rules for any local games that people play, and that would be good.
He says, okay, he can get you the cards. Book might be more difficult. That everything is digitized. He can direct you to the area. He says you'll find that most.
Oh, a tablet.
Yes, certainly.
Be great.
Most games that were played in the Imperium are played here. There's very few variations, but he will point those out to you.
Okay, good. Okay. And a local public house where
So
one
looks
can
at you
imbibe.
rather strangely.
You've got to figure that
A coffee shop,
he
says.
A place where the government types go to unwind after a hard day's negotiation.
When you say unwind, what sort of unwinding are you talking about, sir?
Relaxing in a public place amongst their fellows.
Right.
Where they watch sports on the video screen and root
Go
for their
local
favorite
sports
teams.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right,
Root for their favorite teams, eat salty peanuts, and crackers, and
he looks
order.
really confused at this. He says, perhaps I can research that for you tonight.
That's interesting. Okay. Right. So I'm not even going to ask him about the hookers, because if he doesn't know what a public house is,
yeah.
we're nowheresville on the. If this is a government complex and they don't have prostitutes, I'm not sure it's a real government.
Well, maybe
complex.
that's what he meant by green eggs and ham.
Maybe. Okay.
It's a code word.
Well, how do we know they're using English in the same way? You know, the words mean the same. We don't know. We'll have a nice, potluck Russian roulette breakfast tomorrow. Our evenings are even more of a Russian roulette.
Yeah, you have had 100 years of drift, so it's possible.
Yeah, it could be like medieval days where it's like you go to each individual town, they had their own. Everybody spoke their own jive. Nobody could communicate to each other outside their little 40-mile radius.
Possibly.
Well, until the 1700s, if you said you had intercourse with your professor, it just meant a rap session.
Yes.
That's all.
And if you said that in 1917, it would mean something completely different.
So I don't think that what we've seen so far, they're all teetotalers. They don't. Is that?
Oh, did we? Well, would we know from the ads? I mean, we could see if they have ads for alcohol or not.
That's not a problem.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, okay. All right. Club is okay.
But how are you going? Are you on a quest for hookers? This will be interesting and
no, I'm really not. That's not my.
Okay.
But,
at best, the paparazzi are going to be, videoing your every move.
Well, no,
Jerry interact with the local population.
Well, Jerry's not here, so there won't be any quest for.
I don't know if Jerry was the big hooker consumer.
He was him.
Was he?
He would like to go on certain little adventures, but I do believe it was Eric who pushed the boundaries because he always want to make it.
He wanted aliens.
Yeah.
No,
he wanted aliens.
Yeah.
That was Jerry. I always Jerry in a game that I ran and have him like wake up totally hungover with like a 350-pound woman in bed with
arrest.
Yeah. I always just wanted to do that to him. Anyway, but yes, I digress.
Oh, cool. Okay, that's so cool. Okay, so right, well the night goes through. Is there anything you want to do? Look at any entertainment channels or go for a walk?
We just. Are there any channels that have like the History Channel or the Science Channel? So yeah, I mean I try to take in documentaries on what's the history of this place and what the hell happened with the Frope Guild.
Okay, so you pretty much get a similar. You do find one, but it's more about the fine. It's more about the evils of the Frup Guild than anything else.
Right. Okay.
So it sort of documents. It sort of starts off after the Antrim disaster, and the move on Neem. And their oppressive, from what they can tell, their oppressive acts and all that sort of stuff, and how around about 60 odd years ago was the last time that the Ionian Federation tried to broker communication, and they were just simply shut down. The envoy, they lost 2 of the 4 ships that were sent. Yeah, so it's more on a was that a wise move, is what we're doing. This is much more wiser that we just don't have any contact with them, and we continue to build our defenses. You get a couple of shots on the defenses. So the systems that have navy bases, they are able to produce system defense systems. Kalon seems to be the only one that can produce, from what you're seeing, defense ships that are capable of jump.
Okay.
So that's perhaps just a little bit of information that you could possibly use. So they do have these navy bases that can pump out quite a lot of system defense stuff, but no space. And this could be like putting 2 and 2 together. That you might be coming up with 4 or 5, but this could be why Ioun can't actually do much, because it can't actually launch anything major into the Frup space.
Right.
Yeah, and if you look at it, it's got a hell of a lot of border to protect compared to what Frup presents itself with.
Right.
Yeah, so there's that. You get some more, there's some other stuff that you can look at that looks at the various agencies that support the aliens. You get a piece on the whole, the short period, the Cold War is what they're sort of calling it, of all the 5th columnists that were established in Iron Federation space from the Frup Guild that were trying to destroy the infrastructure, and the various heroes that managed to ferret them out, and all of those people were sent to trial. They were found guilty. They were all imprisoned in high max security systems. They weren't executed at all. This is apparently all on public knowledge and public access, all that sort of stuff. So you get a bit of that information, and you kind of get a feel that they were more like the fascists of Italy than the Nazis of Germany.
Right.
There's more of a political feel for it, from what you can tell.
Right.
Yeah. So that basically was your night.
Cool. Okay.
Yep. David, was Nagin or Samuel doing anything?
Nothing until the next day.
Okay.
Right, I wanted to work on the darknet.
Okay. How are you going to get in there?
There's no way of masking my trail or anything like that.
Well, you can. That's what I said. You can either try to do what Jerry was trying to do, was set up a whole lot of bounce beacons, or you can try to code your way through and so protect your identity.
Exactly how would I code my way through?
Sorry, I missed that little bit.
So how would we go about coding my way through?
Well, I'm just going to get you to make a computer roll to say that you try to come up with a little bit of a hack that sort of contains your data in very packets
Yeah, I'll try that then.
Okay. So
To
what I'm going to
mask your
do,
identity.
what I'm going to ask you to do is you roll 1d6, I roll the other one, and you get to add your whatever to it. And
Well, that's not a good start.
okay, so I'll know what it got to. Okay, rightio. So, do you want to, knowing roughly what you've got, do you want to pursue going on to the darknet?
Mm, no, no. I'll give it another day before I'll try again.
Okay, that's all cool. Okay, so breakfast comes, you get what you want. 9 o'clock, you get taken to, well, just before you get taken to this building. It's very, it's got the flags of the own federation. It's got their, it's got all the constitution, all that sort of stuff that you expect in these sort of places. Some important historical documents that are sort of displayed and all that sort of thing. You're welcomed quite warmly, led in, just explain a bit about the protocol. There are 3 individuals who are going to be meeting you, and basically it's just standard sort of practice about how the meetings are going to take place. So of course whatever is said in here is confidential to the meetings, and only the leaders of each group would be able to have any further information from this. If at any stage people need to take a break or need to consult with their leaders, it's all those sort of basic protocols are sort of spelt out and explained so that everyone feels that they're all very up in front and honest about what's going to go down. So once all that's done, then the meeting sort of starts in earnest. So you're sort of at a round table. So there's a lady there. We're going to call her Margot, and so she introduces herself and says that she has a couple of questions, and she'd like to start with the first major question. Is how serious is the Imperium about initiating contact with this sector, and in particular the Ion Federation?
Well, I mean, we don't. I'm sorry, go on.
Yeah, I was going to say, who wants to speak for us?
I mean, I could speak. I mean, I just at this point we're trying to gauge, potential. I mean, what's going on? Potential avenue for trade, and if there's any co-interest in trading, I think that would probably be something that they would want to discuss. If there's anything questions you had.
Okay.
Until we get back, the Federation has no knowledge of the Ion Federation, which is kind of the point of our being here. It's to find out who's doing what and explore. So our interest in exploring is, of course, for economic benefit and to open up the sector again to civilization and trade. And that capacity, the Ion Federation has their political shit together, so to speak. So it's hard for me to imagine that once the Federation is known to the Imperium, that the Imperium would not be interested in the Ion Federation in whatever capacity would be mutually beneficial. Since that's the whole point of our being here, is just to see who's here worth talking to.
When do you intend to go back?
Well, we we still have a fair bit of exploring still to do.
Do you have a time frame?
Captain, do we have a time frame?
Sorry, I'm not there. What
Yeah,
time frame are we looking at?
It is closed. That's the thing.
Yeah. Do we even have a time frame? I didn't think we had a time frame.
No, you don't.
A time frame to do what?
Go back to the Imperium.
If we had like a year, I think, didn't we?
Okay.
Well, that was the assumption that you'd take a year, but there wasn't any time frame listed.
There's no time frame listed, but yeah.
We've spent what now? Probably
Cool.
2 months.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus 6, 12. You're into about 3.5 months.
Yeah. So I tell them, we're probably 6 to 9 months from going back. We will. What we find, we may end up coming back this direction.
Mm-hmm. Well,
so
another guy sort of takes over. And he says, "So, is there any way that we could actually get your information through for you to the Imperium before that time?"
Well, I don't know. I mean,
I doubt it, unless you can get through Azpes into Sandwinder.
Yeah,
We
sure
have,
your ships have the capacity to do what we're doing.
Well, the Zuckus is the old pathway out into the Imperium from this subsector. So, apart from Frolp, what we want to know is if we could get a ship into Imperium space, would it be fired on, or is there some way we can ensure that it won't be fired on until we can deliver a message?
We can give them a transponder, can't we?
Well, Steve, you tell us. I mean, it wouldn't be fired on, would it? I mean, all they have to do is behave themselves. The Imperium's not just shooting everybody willy-nilly that comes out of the sector, are they?
The quarantine, was supposed to be 100-year quarantine, yeah? To your knowledge, you're going in here, it hasn't actually been lifted, so technically they could potentially be fired on, just as a matter of course.
Okay, well, I relay that factual information to them that, it could, your ships could potentially be fired on because the quarantine is still in place, and part of what we're doing coming here is to determine that it's ready to be lifted, because it's about that time.
Is there any way that we can persuade or encourage you to return now so that we can open up communication with the Imperium?
Well, I don't know.
I think we gotta have. We can't do it right now. Mission.
It's a pretty open-ended question, isn't it?
Well, so here's the conditions of your mission. You return now, you'll get paid for what you've done, and that's it. You're done. So financially, it's not in your guys' best interest to do that.
No.
Right. Well, unless money. Unless the High-End Federation offers us big money. Yeah. So. It's going to take us a little while to get back, even if we left now. So, I'm just curious, what's your hurry?
They sort of look at each other. We're not able to disclose any further information, but if there's any chance that we can offer you something that would persuade your captain to return to the Imperium now to open the quarantine so that we could gain a direct line to the Imperium forces, we would be most appreciative and do our utmost to reward you.
Okay. Well, I will certainly relay that to the captain. We, by the Imperium, this is a profit-making venture for us individually.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we don't feel like we've gotten very deep into the sector. The captain may be negotiable. I certainly don't want to close any potential doors at this point while we're just getting acquainted.
Mm-hmm.
But so, to it not being a diplomat, I'm just going to speak plainly and speculate that the line of questioning that we are pursuing at this point makes me wonder if you don't have some military challenges on the horizon that the Imperium, that you're hoping the Imperium might be able to help you with.
So a guy that hasn't spoken yet sort of says, if this was another conversation, I would say you're very adept at finding out information that hasn't been spoken about. But since this isn't that sort of conversation, I couldn't say that.
Got it. Okay. Well, forget I said anything. I'm just a dumb Marine. I don't really know what I'm saying anyway. Well, and from what we've seen, y'all seem to be very fine folk.
Mm-hmm.
And we certainly wouldn't want to see a group of folk that are in terms of lifestyle and civilization fall to the wrong end of the sword. So that decision would be above my pay grade, but I'm certainly personally sympathetic.
Well, that's sort of, thank you. The rest of the conversation is more about what sort of things you've encountered in the whatever you're going to share with them in the Hazabit subsector, just in general, and it has sort of two main focuses. One is economics, and the other one is more defensive sort of line of questioning. So whether you answer or not is up to you. I'm not going to say you have or you haven't.
Well, we have not ventured very far sector, as I stated before. We've only been to a few places, and some of our information is derivative.
But you've landed on some of these planets.
Yes, we have, and given that this is a driven by profit, would be remiss to pass along information before we discuss terms. For information, certainly, we are certainly sympathetic, and would love to pass on that information if we can reach a mutually beneficial.
if you
for
could
terms.
talk to your captain and see if he's open to the idea of returning as quick as possible back to the Imperium, we would entertain various supports and economic recompense for doing so.
All right, and that would include information. I mean, we certainly don't mind information. However, we're not a trading vessel. We're not trading goods, and we're necessarily trading services, although, potentially we could. But we do have at this point is some information which might be useful to you in general. So, right. So, I think maybe that would be the first round of conversations, just to kind of lay down the of our relationship. But beyond that, I think we need to get our computer hacking. And when I say hacking, I mean like stuffing up lunch, Captain, so that he can make a little money for everybody. So, Sid, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
So how much do you want to get out of these guys?
What's our pay for doing this from the Imperium?
Well, as I said, it's 2,000 for every system you drop into, 10,000 for every planet you actually visit, and up to 500,000 credits for any interesting, unusual stuff that would have bearing on the Imperium, whether like technological advance, threats, or whatever, that sort of stuff. So far you've got the one big thing from Guba, which is really big, so that's potentially one of those up to 500,000 credit bonuses, but the others is like small fry at the moment.
Another thing I'm wondering is, here's what I'm wondering is maybe he wants us, because they've already asked where we've been, maybe they're afraid of where we're going.
Well, I would be. I mean, they don't want us to go to the Frop Guild. And honestly, I'm not sure we want to go to the Frop Guild. I mean, no doubt, they're lying to their people to some extent, because that's how
government works. Yeah. I still want to do some more exploring. I don't know. I want to find out what the hell these scouts wanted to do.
Well, I think what I'd like to do is find out what the hell are they really talking about. I mean, how imminent is this threat from the Frop Guild? I mean, I got to think that it's a pretty imminent threat, because Federation, I mean, if they haven't done the basics of sending out spies, then they're
something's
pretty,
up. Like I at least want to take a look at Kalon and Fran. Take those two at the front line, right?
Well, you have well, possibly, but you'll know by just the ordinary internet that there are commercially available transport to Fran, but Kalon is a sensitive area and it's controlled space.
Like we'd at least have to go try to get into Kalon, but I want to get.
Kalon is like Kalon was taken over in this sort of difficult thing. There might be independence movements or something going on there. It might be unstable.
Can we do some like political bullshit, like say, we've got to assess your military capabilities?
I wouldn't. Well, I wouldn't.
Why would the Imperium care?
Well, can I have one freaking person talk to me?
Okay. Which one would you like to have talk to you?
I don't know. We'll start with Glenn, because I think I caught most of what Perry said.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think if I'm the Iron Federation, I'm going to be pretty cagey, because I don't know if you're going to go guild next or not. I wouldn't trust us. So, I think asking to see, I think there's a little bit more trust that needs to be built up. I think that trust would come from selling them some information. And if we were able to do that, about Aspis, and Guba, and certainly if we could give them inroads into Narkun, I think they would see some value in their relationship with us. And then they might be able to open up a little bit and tell us what the hell's really going on and how unprepared they really are.
All right, do it.
So, when we get back together with them, we will, we'll get the captain there as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think we want to present the same deal that we have with the Imperium, the information that we have.
Yeah.
Specifically discuss information on Aspis, Guba, Narkun, which are all places we've been to.
Rightio.
Set foot.
Right, so the next morning you meet Tacoma is there. So they welcome you into it, and they say, so...
hold on.
Yep.
Don't I get another shot at looking into the darknet?
If you want to.
Yeah, I'll do that before we skip to the next day.
Okay. So, one roll.
Alright, that's a lot better.
Yay! Snuff films! Yay!
Oh, gross. Okay. Extra piece of information you find it. Well, apparently it's not just this Frup Guild thing. Apparently the Kargan homeworlds, which is this whole area over here, apparently they seem to be working with, or the Frup are a small area of the Kargan homeworlds. And as bad as the Frup are, this place appears to be worse. Is basically, you don't get much information, but that's the sort of idea you get from what you do get.
And this is darknet conspiracy theorists saying this, right?
Yes, it's also supposedly leaked defense papers and information.
Oh, alright, so they're bad, nasty people.
Yeah. Also, you get a little bit of information that there is some issues on Kalon with production. You're not quite sure what. It's a bit piecemeal, the information, but so the writer goes on to suppose that it means that that production has ceased altogether of any jump capable defense ships. What else? There's of course a couple that the leader of the current ruling party is actually a female. There's an alien, has a alien love child, all the rest of the normal Looney Tuny stuff. But the stuff that you find most interesting,
Yeah, the government's taken over by vampires and all that stuff.
yeah, it is this whole Kargan homeworlds, Frup, some sort of alliance, and that Ioun might not be as prepared for such a huge onslaught.
Right. Can I drop like a kernel of just random stuff and hide like kind of like a scout message in there?
If you want to try to code that in, where you go. One dice.
Because I'm trying, something that like only scouts would know.
Mm-hmm. So give me one dice, +2. Okay.
Because what I'm really just trying to ascertain is maybe there's like some sort of old scout or something like that we can get in contact. Because we don't have a direction at the moment, so let's just lay some of the stuff down.
So you wait for a response. Unfortunately, your meeting comes before the response, but you've got a pad or something with you, waiting for the flag to come up if anything happens.
Yeah, I've got a hand computer. Yeah.
God. Okay. Do you bring your pistol?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't put that in, Pierre. Okay, so you're at the meeting, so they welcome you, They present you with the same sort of questions that they presented with the group the day before, that they are looking to expedite you to return back to the Imperium to open communications between the Federation and the Imperium.
Well, I think. I mean, do you want me to do this conversation?
Oh no, they're talking to Tacoma about this. Sorry, the captain.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
So what was the agreement again?
Well, there's no agreement yet. Stuff.
Or the proposal that they had?
Yeah, they just want us to expedite going back to the Imperium to open up communications.
They're desperate.
They're desperate either A, for us for something that we don't know, or to tell them, or B, they don't want us to see something that we haven't seen yet.
The problem is that we're on a commission.
Pretty much.
Yeah, so we can't really return until our commission's up.
Well, when you do, your commission is up. That's the problem.
Yeah, when we head back, that's it. Where we would like to do some more exploring around the system.
So convince us.
What would it take to convince you to return back to the Imperium?
Well, I mean, Sid, do you agree with me that we have information that we can sell, for one thing?
Yeah, we've got that.
Information on what they say.
We've got some information of Hazabit.
While that might be good for economics, as your friend pointed out yesterday, our concern is more with a defensive nature than anything else.
Well, and that's these 3 locations that we visited might impact your security. There certainly would be interesting information for you.
We do know ways of getting to Nakun, and that has mining operations.
Well, to be frank, we have access to Nakun.
Really? Well, then why the hell are you not mining the hell out of it?
I didn't say we weren't.
Well, we didn't see anybody there except for a bunch of...
Let's just say whatever you did to the planetary shield, you notified that you were present in the system, so we made sure we weren't seen.
Ah, okay. So you're not on the planet proper, you're elsewhere.
They sort of don't answer.
Yeah. Right.
All right. Well, yeah. So, yeah. Into the planet proper.
So,
anyway,
what information do you think you have to sell to us?
There goes our bargaining.
Well, let us put an option on your table. What would it take for you to return to the Imperium now? For us to start negotiations with them?
Okay, Sid, what would it take for us to go back to the Imperium? And so Sid and I go off into a room off by ourselves somewhere.
This is a crew thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to go back. I want to find these scouts.
And while you're talking, your flag goes off.
All right, I'll take a look while they discuss.
You
a number of credits.
You get a contact number, yes.
A contact number? All right, yeah. I will slip away and answer it.
Okay, so all you get is what's your name?
What's your name?
Is there like a little bit of a scout name that I can come up with?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's scout name.
Hawkeye.
You'll use it.
Yeah.
You'll use it.
Yeah. We'll use
Okay.
Hawkeye 10-7.
Rightio. It says so. I noticed your little embedded ID indent on the dark map.
Well, who am I talking to?
Call me Castle 310.
All right, Castle. So how did you come across the code?
I have an interest in information.
Cool. I think we can work together.
Good.
Everybody wants information.
Yeah. Information.
Well, the old saying of power, yeah. So
who's doing who?
So what sort of information have you got, and what do you want?
Well, first I want to know what you got.
It's just, okay, you operate in very funny ways. Do I need to hang up now, or do you want to start sweetening the pot?
Well, where should we start then? You don't. We want information to be shared, but
what is it you want to know?
Well, you're aware of what type of codes that I sent out, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for them.
You won't find them here, but you probably already know that.
Yes, but I was hoping that someone with certain information to help me will pick it up.
They received 410, and if you don't know what a 410 is, and you don't, he says you're probably working in the wrong branch. That basically that sent them in a rimward direction.
Out of character, which way is rimward again?
South. To the
Alright, cool. Oh man, that's beyond the night roof.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
But I take it you want something in return?
Anything you can give me would be interesting.
Out of character, what do you guys think?
We know about well,
what type of
we've got all sorts of bits of information. I mean, this guy is a scout, right?
We don't know that.
Well, he picked up your scout code.
Yeah, but he could just be a hacker who worked it out. But yeah.
Okay, well.
But I guess the assumption is that he at least knew a scout or is a scout. But he'd be like over almost 100 years old.
Okay.
I'll ask
information about Gooba, and I mean the big thing is Gooba is no more.
Hold on. I'm going to ask him what type of information is he looking for.
Something that can prove to me that you're actually a sort of party I want to talk to further.
What do you think, Glenn? Should we just tell him that Goober's not there?
Up to you, man. I mean, you know, we've only got a handful of information. I'm sure, might as well. I mean, chances are,
It's really the only thing we've got.
chances are he's a policeman posing as a 13-year-old girl, and we're just heading into trouble. I mean, I don't know. The game, and hey, you know, we're here to play, so let's play.
It's either that or we tell them that the Federation's on Nukun has got secret bases in Nukun.
The Federation's got secret bases on Nukun. Okay.
Don't they? That's what they were hinting at, right?
I don't remember that, but
you know what?
Maybe I missed something.
You know what? We've got images of those aliens, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's send that picture out and tell them that these came from images from the inhabitants of Goober.
Okay, you send them that.
Federation, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Sorry. Who are you sharing this with?
The guy who's asking information.
So you send him the picture and what's the text?
You know, this was found by the by the people at Goober.
Okay, so he says, I think we need to meet in person.
All right.
God, weird son. Oh God. Okay.
Yeah.
It is Christmas.
He says, I'll find a way to send you the information.
Okay.
Yeah, bring beer and condoms.
Okay.
Get the ship ready, guys. We might be coming out of this one fast.
Yeah. So, back to your other conversation now.
Yeah. We're Steve. We're going to drive around the block a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
Look for the van that has the guy that runs the TV show that captures all this on film before we knock on the door.
They all jump in and go, boo, tricked ya. Anyway, yeah.
Predator.
What are you doing about your previous conversation with the officials?
I think we're getting out of the Imperium for the information on the planets. You know, it's where we've been. It'll cost you, whatever we're getting paid for by the Imperium.
Well, there's
on these planets.
What you're saying to them?
And I don't know what the numbers amount to, but yeah, this is what
$500,000 for.
This is what it'll cost. And we tell them, Gooba is a big deal, so we're like, for Gooba, we want. They were going to pay us $10,000.
Gooba.
That's a big.
And Gooba's about half a mil.
I said Gooba's half a million.
Yeah. So, price, and we'd be happy to talk to you for that price.
So they say, just let's get this clear. So if we were to pay you $500,000, and the change, you would be willing to start talking.
Well, you just point to a system that we've been to, and we'll tell you everything we know about it, and we can start small. You can start with Gooba if you want. start big, or you can start with Norcoon. We'll tell you what we know about Norcoon since we've been to the planet.
The lady who was there before just sort of slams her fist and said, "Look, we're not playing at Monopoly here." And she turns to the older guy. She says, "Just tell him the deal." She says, "Very well. We're willing to offer each one of you 1,000,000 credits plus cost to get you into the Imperium if you will send them one of our diplomats with you."
Okay, well, that sounds like a pretty good deal to me. I'll talk to the captain and we'll see if we can't cut a deal. To that, do you want the information that we have?
He says, "Fine, but first of all, we just need to know if we can get someone to the Imperium."
All right, I'll check. Let's take a break and.
They're looking rather heated. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I understand.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but we don't want to go either.
Well, for 1,000,000 credits apiece, that's 9 million. How many characters do we have?
10, I think.
Okay, so for 1,000,000 credits apiece, I think it might be worth going back.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah, get our own ship and then come back. Try to sneak our way by.
Or just come. I mean, honestly.
Let's meet with. Let's see if we can blow them off just to meet with this individual first.
I think that we could. Well, yeah, I'm a little leery about meeting with this individual, but whatever. Got a fair amount of information. We haven't gone to all these places, but we've got. I think it's about time to go back. Some weird shit brewing.
Dollar signs.
Well, no, I mean, there's some weird shit brewing. I mean, we've got 4 little confederations here that are about to go to war. And we may not know exactly what's going on, but investigate. From where we are now, if we leave the Ion Federation, for us to go is the Federation. Then what? I mean, I think we're just going to get into the further we go, and it sounds like this place is about to blow up. These people really do seriously seem pretty reasonable. No, they're not an overt fascist dictatorship. They're corrupt as anybody else would be, but they kind of got a thing going. They're understaffed, popped. Because if it's true that this Kargan Homeworld's guild are about to beat on them, they're not going to make it. They're not going to make it. And the Imperium, essentially, it sounds like the Ion Federation just wants to become part of the Imperium. And I think that that's pretty big news for the Imperium. So I have a feeling that if we came back with that news, they would say, "Wow, you guys are heroes of the revolution. I think you should go back out and we'll pay you double what we paid you this time." My personal opinion.
If I may break in with something, I think I rudely interrupted Sid, but I said it before. The Imperium's power is going to just overwhelm all these pitsy little federations. They're just bit players. We can cut a special deal with this unknown guy for 1,000,000 credits each. That's just unbelievable. But I think what the Imperium most would like is,
it's the Ion Federation that's offering 1,000,000 credits each.
Oh, it's not? Okay, well, somebody knew somebody but somebody who knew the scout code, what was it?
Yep.
Was it the Ion Federation again, or was it some?
No, we don't know who that
ascertained.
Oh no.
Yeah, yet to be ascertained, Pierre.
It's some
Okay.
random guy on the internet eating Fritos in his mother's basement, for all we know.
Yeah. Okay. Nigerian scams. We don't want to be.
Yeah, but
We don't
even
want to be caught in-
Nigerian prince.
Yeah. I think it's good enough that the Imperium has, if it's identified a bunch of federations that have relatively, preserved their infrastructure and so on, we could come back with that knowledge. They could set up an advanced base and then start, exploring from there the rest of the rimward areas up to the Night Rift and beyond. Maybe we've done enough.
I guess my point is my point is the game doesn't have to end,
No,
even if we go back.
No, I mean, it's a sandbox. You'll have lots of options. I mean,
Yeah.
You're
So
going to have,
just
whatever you do, you're going to have consequences. So.
yeah. So just a reminder, we do have that agreement with Sandwinder.
Yeah, what was the agreement again with Sandwinder? They wanted to be the ones to contact the Imperium first or something?
Yeah, they wanted to be the first
entry
in.
point.
Yeah. They wanted to be the entry point, but with Aspis there,
Yeah.
yeah, it's not looking good for them.
Well, I mean, it could be an entry point.
Yeah, one of many, one of two, but yeah.
Well, we can let them negotiate. We can let them negotiate that. They can take the little piece of paper signed, and they can wave it in front of the Emperor's face, and the Emperor can then the shit bucket, take a large dump, and wipe his ass with it. I mean, whatever.
Probably.
Or get the secondary consul to wipe his ass for him. However it works.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I run.
Okay, so how about this, guys? We will, because it is getting a bit late, I realise. We'll finish now. You guys have got 2 weeks to think about what you think's the best option, and then we'll start the next one with you guys coming to some sort of a decision about what you want to do, given the fact that you still have to meet this other person individual.
Yeah.
Well, and I guess Sid, I mean, do you have the other way? I mean, I'm certainly willing to listen to. You're the captain, so it's your decision. But
No, I'm just taking it as a personal. Sorry, I'm just taking it as a personal thing to search these scouts.
yeah,
But
well,
yeah,
and I think
but if
that's a long-term goal. That's going to be a long-term goal.
Yeah. But if the crew
I
wants
was
to
like-
go, let's get the $1 million.
Yeah.
I'll see what this guy says, and then we'll take the $1 million and run.
Okay, so depending
Okay.
on what he says, you're probably going to take the $1 million and run. Probably.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think we probably are.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool.
Me to imagine he would say anything that would make us not take the $1 million and run.
You'd be
We'll have to
surprised.
check this guy's bona fides, dark web contact and all that. Gotta
Yeah.
check it out.
Yeah, man.
Just to be decided.
Yeah, because he's
This
so
guy.
straight, this guy. So straight.
it's like
All right, we'll see. Talk to y'all in a couple weeks.
Yep, see you in 2 weeks, Dave.
All right, we'll see you
Okay.
later, Dave.
So I'll just turn off the recording.